Hello and welcome to day 2 of the FSL DOTA wildcard, where 7 teams will compete for their chance to make it all the way to the elite. We're down to the grand finals between Meh, between Meh as well as Foxy Gaming. On my right is Hairy Freak, and I'm the hairless Freak Otomo. How is everyone doing today? How are you doing today, actually, Hair Freak?
I'm doing well, and I can see that you are entertained.
I'm flustered by you. You know, you're doing the movements.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I'm sorry. You know, it's just that maybe someone didn't have their headphones set on when you said the numbers or something like that, and maybe they didn't hear you well. So I'm just there to assist you, so that you can relay the info to the viewers better. That is why I'm here.
Well, you can't just do the numbers. You have to you can't just do 7. You have to do the teams as well. You can't just do one mark. But anyway. So we have 3 teams already in the FSL Elite. We're going to have another team joining them today. It's going to be between Meh as well as Foxy Gaming. It's going to be a best of 3. This is how the journey the two teams went through. Foxy Gaming all the way through the upper bracket. They beat Chicken Cordian, they beat Meh, and then they came here. And then Meh had to go down to the lower bracket after losing to Foxy Gaming. We were supposed to have a lower bracket finals, but unfortunately Run It Down couldn't make it. They had to forfeit their match. This happened from yesterday, that they had something going on for them. We don't know. Don't want to speculate. By the way, we're just going to have the grand finals straight away to the grand finals. And how do you feel about that, Harry? How do you feel about Run It Down sort of having to forfeit their matches? You like the team?
Yeah, I like the team for sure. You know, the way they were playing, this is definitely speculation, but maybe they just came for fun, you know. There are some teams that, you know, there was in the Russian region, sometimes in qualifiers, team just says, okay, we don't want to go in. That was for the DPC Tour 3 in Eastern Europe. A team, I remember, with Baraban and whatever, they were playing, and when they saw they actually could qualify, they're like, okay, no, we actually don't want to play. We don't want to play the big leagues. We just wanted to play this for fun. So it wouldn't surprise me if something like this was the case, given that Run It Down. I can't really say that they were 100% taking it seriously. They were definitely trying to win a game in their own way,
but they were having fun.
Yeah, they were having fun, but when you look at the meta, they were outside of it. When you look at the items, they were outside of it, and it really made their games hard. So I can assume maybe that was the case. On the other hand, I'm kind of hoping that was the case, because you know, it really would feel bad if one of their players just couldn't make it. It would be pretty sad, to be honest, for them as well. I'm kind of hoping that they just had fun. And that's it. Okay, we are satisfied.
I feel the same way. It would suck more if they were like, yeah, we want to win, and then one person's like, I'm sick, I have an appointment, whatever, and I can't compete. And that would be the worst part about it. But as you were mentioning about the weird sort of heroes and item builds, we saw the Mirana carry. We saw the carry Gyrocopter go full magic build, you know, with the Veil and the Ghost and the Ethereal Blade. With the shot, that was always a lot of fun. Speaking about this tournament, by the way, this is an all-women tournament featuring women from the Southeast Asia, Southeast Asia as well as Oceanic region, which get to compete against each other. And I love that. I love that they have a platform to compete. I think we need way more of this. And of course, we want to thank our partners, Intel and Yahoo, for making it possible. Without them, I mean, they've been with us from every tournament from the start. So it's great to have this platform. Were there any heroes yesterday that stood out to you? I was looking at some of the hero win rate. Was there anything interesting about the heroes that you saw?
I mean, overall, there weren't that many games, so I think pulling out statistics would be quite tough. When you know, we mentioned Run It Down, so for sure, you know, the way that they played their carry heroes was the thing that kind of stood out for me. But I didn't see a hero. Okay, this hero is crushing it. Everyone had a different playstyle. It is something that is gonna happen. This is not a you know. These girls, it's not like they constantly have competitive games that they are in, that they're in, so that there is a meta developed in the scene. So that is quite. It's obvious that it's gonna be all around the place, especially when you're not 100% committed to gaming. I'm guessing some of them are. Foxy Gaming looks really solid, and you said the 3 other teams that already made it to the elite are arguably even much better than them. So maybe they are, and maybe they're following some patterns. But teams here, I'm kind of seeing them trying to find themselves and to have fun. So none of the heroes really stood out. The only playstyle that really had a different perspective, something weird. Everything else you could fit into the normal narrative, but was definitely run it down.
Yeah, we can look at some of the heroes. Like you said, it is a very small sample size. We only had something like 8 matches yesterday in total, so it's not like a giant thing. But Zeus has 100% win rate. I find that's kind of makes sense. Picked in 3 games, won all 3. The heroes that are a little bit standing out, we can say, is Mirana. She was picked 5 times. A lot of it was by run it down, as you said, as a carry. She won about half her games, which is fine. The more interesting here, I thought, was Sand King. Sand King, compared, you don't see him in the DPC very often. The poor king, he's not much of a king anymore. He's more of a peasant. And in this tournament, it's the same. He only won 1 game out of 5. Do you think Sand King is a little underpowered, or do you think the teams have figured out how to play against him?
I think teams have definitely figured out how to play against the Sand King. They understand the timings of it. Yesterday, when I saw the Sand King, I think there was a Vanguard involved.
Yes.
In my mind, even in its glory days, if you pick up a Vanguard or a Hood on a offlane Sand King instead of a go for a straight blink, for me that is you making yourself weaker and kind of missing your timing completely. With the change to the BKB, that does make a little bit more sense. You're gonna have a bit more timing to actually use the blink dagger, but usually between minute 11, minute 17, 18 is where the Sand King shines with the blink, and then you just throw away their timing. You get the blink at 17 minutes in, 20 minutes in, everyone has a BKB, so you can throw that magical damage out the window.
And it's not like the Sand King, it's not exactly an instant stun. Like, you can see him blink, then stun, so you usually have like a fraction of a second to react, which for the pro players, that's more than enough time. It's like you see the blink. Another thing is with like you said, he doesn't have a way to pierce magic immunity like a Magnus, for example. And I think we have the draft going to be ready in about a second. Discussing the 2 teams, by the way, I do think that Run It Down, sorry, not Run It Down, my bad. Foxy Gaming, their biggest advantage yesterday when we saw them play was their vision of the game. They took heroes like Zeus, Nightstalker, Clockwork in the same game, and they planted these very deep wards that allowed them to win. It's just very impressive to watch. And I think that's going to be something that Meh really has to focus on. Try to outvision, and maybe even just take the Zeus so that you can get that constant dewarding. But we have a draft on the way. Let's look at it. Let's see what's happening. And we just started the draft. Just started.
I like that point that you made. I think that focusing a lot of vision heroes shows that Foxy Gaming are probably coming in prepared. That these girls scrim, that they are preparing themselves, whereas Meh might just be friends, might just be girls that met each other during games, and let's play this tournament. We are pretty good, all of us, so we can maybe compete, and they definitely can. But Foxy Gaming, to me, with that kind of an approach, it looks to me like they have thought it through, how they want to draft, how they want to play, how they want to approach it. So I'm still seeing them as the heavy favorites. Man, it's always nice to see a revenge play, but in my mind, Foxy, with the yesterday's performance in just 1 game that we watched them, I think they're more than likely to take this victory.
Even the logo, Foxy Gaming looks like they have a nice logo. It's all correctly done, everything. You look at Matt, firstly, that's a meme. Secondly, it's cut in half. That thing. You've joined teams and stuff. You know how it works, right? But you have that minor half image thing that you're like, oh, I uploaded the wrong thing. Foxy Gaming doesn't have it. It's just a nice banner that they have. Well, the bans are out. A ban Nyx Assassin on Meh, and Foxy immediately replies with banning the Dawnbreaker, who is the hero who benefits most from a lack of Nyx Assassin. Meh, they're going to start. I would say you might want to start out with that Zeus. Maybe you're not the best Zeus players on your team. It doesn't matter. You want to take that hero away. You didn't ban it. You kind of need it. Just gives you so much dewarding information. Who they go with? They go with a Dazzle. Is it just me, or is that a weak opening? Like, it's not a hero that's going to be banned. It's not a hero that's super high demand. Is it weird that they just take the Dazzle from the start?
To be honest, yes, but if the Dazzle is a hero that has been rising in prominence, the hero is getting stronger and stronger. Right now, people are recognizing just how much it can do, especially against some of the fat offlaners, like the Night Stalker, let's say Foxy Gaming played yesterday. So it can be quite annoying in lane, and of course, really powerful down the line. So overall, I'm not surprised that the Dazzle comes out. And to be honest, again, Meh to me looked like a team that is, more of a stack than a team.
Yes.
And going for comfort heroes, picking something early on that can be countered by enemies, but you've played against counters before, is completely fine. And now you see a Mars. Dazzle is actually going to do pretty solidly against the Mars. He's relatively tanky, so he's gonna be fine. You have a save against it. Sure, Rubik is a god of trade, but then again, Dazzle is no pushover either. So I'm right off the bat, even though it's the first pick, it's still quite solid against these two heroes.
I agree. Like with these two, I was just worried that Fox would take something a little bit more on their, like a little bit more meta that they would deny for Meh. But Dazzle, you mentioned a lot of good points. I do think he's a good trader. He's very solid in the lane as well. The save is also pretty good to have. And it's not like Axe, who is really sort of the counter to Shallow Grave, is ever really picked up. So it's not bad. I just would have preferred to see something a little bit more on the meta side. Not exactly a Tiny, because I don't like Tiny, but the Zeus, Dawnbreaker, Marcy are both banned. Oh wait, Tiny is also banned. My bad. Man.
If I'm playing a Dazzle in a pub and someone picks an Axe, I'm so happy because I'm gonna break his legs in lane. I'm literally gonna cripple him so much. Literally, you're just running at him. Axe level 1, he might just stay level 1 forever. Of course, later on he's gonna skip waves, but then again, your poison touch is strong even in that scenario. Sure, yes. The Shallow Grave isn't gonna be that much of a spell, but right now, Shallow Grave is more of a heal amplification than a save in a general sense of you surviving for 4 or 5 seconds more.
That's true. I mean, if it keeps someone alive for 4 minutes, it's done its job, and if you can heal them that time, it's also pretty good. Foxy Gaming, they get rid of the Night Stalker, whereas Mac get rid of the Faceless Void, which I would say is definitely a hero that could do well against the Juggernaut. Jump in, you throw the Chrono, and for overall, I do think that for Meh, they might want to find some ways to protect this Dazzle. Easier position 5. You don't want people jumping on him. We'll see what they can go with for that. Zeus gets banned. I'm glad to see that ban coming. I've been harping on about the Zeus. I'm glad it's got banned. We'll see if Clockwork is a hero that they're banning as well. He's not bad against either of these two heroes.
Yep, for sure. Though Clockwork is not bad for Meh either. Mars doesn't really enjoy playing against the clock. He enjoys playing with the clock if the clock knows what he's doing. But against the clock, it's very tough. You use the arena, he uses the cogs, and you're like, why can I not spear anyone to the edge of the wall? And then suddenly your ultimate just isn't doing as much damage as you would like it to.
Sorry. Yeah, Viper comes out as the last ban, and I think the same. I guess Clockwork wouldn't be so bad for Mac. Plus, you are lacking stuns, so a stun would be good. Although maybe you want a stun that's a little easier to land, might be better because, Clockwork, you miss a hook shot, it happens. We're all human, and that you miss a hook shot, you're up against a very strong team. You can't walk in and use the battery assault effectively. It could be quite an issue. Now the TA, a hero who really doesn't mind going up against Juggernaut's Omni Slash, although she is countered by the Blade Fury, so it's kind of, I'm good against one spell, I'm weak against the other, but even if you just counter once, counting Juggernaut's ultimate is a big deal.
Now when you mentioned we're all human, I'm not sure, from the statistic of playing pubs, usually people get called like dogs and animals more so than human.
Yes.
So I'm not really sure that more humans play this game than not. I'm not insinuating from the plays of people. I'm just saying overall, just from the communications between people. So I'm not sure if we're all human really does transfer to all of the Dota players. But yeah, of course, in this one we have some really good players. So sometimes people can be that guy is a beast, so it can be a good connotation as well.
Oh yeah, he's an animal. Yeah, he's an animal. Oh, there you go. That's the Clockwork we were talking about. I know exactly what you mean. I'll be honest. Sometimes when I play a pub, I have difficulty imagining that the person at the other end of the screen is not some sort of weird goblin, that's just there just to ruin games. It's hard to imagine that there's an actual human at the end. So at least that's my experience in some of the pub games I've had. Clockwork, pretty
I've
good.
always had good experiences in pubs.
Of
I don't know what the
course.
hell you're talking
All
about.
well-mannered people. Excuse me, sir. May I have a tango, please? Instead, oh, I believe we have a horse. I was gonna say we haven't seen the puck in this game, and puck comes out. Yeah, pubs full of absolutely lovely humans. You know where? What else? Twitch chat, even nicer.
Yeah, of course, of course.
course.
Puck coming out without a tiny on the other side, you know, it's already quite nice. These heroes inside of Foxy Gaming, other than the Rubik, none of the stuns are reliable, so the Puck should have a solid time. The problem I see with Mad, though, where does the damage come from? If they don't do well in their lanes, how are you gonna kill people? And yeah, that's a very unkillable guy coming out there.
I'm wondering also if Maz, what are they going to try to do here to mitigate this? They they got some decent burst damage from the puck. Clockwork, you jump in, you got a barrier assault, maybe you can lock someone down. Dazzle, if you max poison touch, is okay damage as well in the early game, but in general, Dazzle, Clockwork, they're not heavy damage dealers. They're not, Shadow Shaman, Lion, where these guys can bring a good amount of lockdown and damage, or even like a Snapfire, these with burst damage. They're okay damage for supports. Puck is good burst damage, but you're up against, 3 strength heroes? Couple of these can have a fused raindrops, like a bracer, magic wand, a hood maybe built on the Dragon Knight will help. And suddenly you look at May, like you guys need some serious DPS, like some serious damage, at least on your offlaner. When Jug joins, the problem is solved, but until then you have an issue with damage.
Yeah, I'm guessing they're gonna have to find a way for the Jug to get involved earlier on, for sure, in necessity. But even then, Jugger involving himself earlier on, it's still mostly magical damage, again, against strength heroes. Mentioned the lanes need to go well. Well, right off the bat, this Puck is gonna suffer, even though the DK can't always kill you, but sometimes you can make a mistake. You use the orb, he stuns you a second after. You're left there stranded because the stun is just way too long and you actually die. And when it comes to CS, you will get absolutely trashed. So I'm definitely hoping for a high damage dealing offlaner. I am already liking the bans from Foxy. The Razor and the DP definitely fit into that category.
What if it's a Clockwork offlane and we have a position 4 that deals some damage? But I'm thinking, like, what position 4 would really help you in this situation? We'll see. Most likely, though, it's going to be the Clockwork 4. They are going to go for an offlaner here. I've seen there's a Wraith King as well as a Chaos Knight. We don't see these heroes very often. Maybe they'll go for more control, like Magnus could be pretty good. You coil, you screw a bunch of people out. They go with the Necrophos. Solid sustained damage. Does not mind the fact that they're all strength heroes because he's percentage based. All right. Pretty decent, I'd say. Pretty decent. I like this pick. I think it's pretty good.
For sure, but are you noticing our observer being a little bit nervous, constantly kind of dragging his mouse around? It is it is really fun. I'm like, is our observer trying to tell us something? And I'm like, no, he's just moving his mouse around randomly. But yeah, the Necrophos comes out. If you can get heroes to half HP, you will kill them. I'm guessing you have enough for that. Puck is enough of a burst. And it is a hero that can help you win the lane, but I'm still thinking this Necro can easily die Arena and Mortimer's Kisses, and I'm kind of thinking Foxy Gaming are gonna recognize this, and as soon as they get the level 6s on their supports, this Necro will be a goner.
But the lockdown from Foxy is pretty good, but against the Grave, like a 5-second Grave, I think Necrophos will have enough time to sort of stay alive throughout it. He has the Grave on, he presses Ghost Shot, he heals Magic 6, and he's full HP from nothing. AM is the last pick for Foxy Gaming. Dude, this I was gonna say, their damage is heavy magic. Very heavy magic, apart from the Juggernaut. And they go with the carry anti-mage. I expect Dragon Knight, Mars, Snapfire, Ruby. Like, one of these heroes is gonna build a pipe or a hood, and everyone's gonna have some raindrops. Like, there's going to be some damage issues from Meh. It's mostly magical. It's not that insane amount. I was going to say Foxy Game is going to win regardless, but I like their draft a little bit more as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a mid-dazzle, if I'm not mistaken. You know, JNA, she did play the mid lane yesterday.
Well, we saw role swaps, right? Remember when Kang played off lane Legion Commander,
True.
then the next game she played the Mirana. They switched it around. So, yeah, they did. They could just be switching it around. Who knows, right? Maybe Matt was like, all right, here's where we need to adapt. Everyone's going to be picking their favorite hero, and we're just going to move lanes around. It's going to be off lane Necrophos. I don't think it's going to be a mid Dazzle. No way. No way.
We'll see. We'll see. Who knows? A Juggernaut puck lane. I guess the Jugger would do okay there. But yeah, I loved the anti-mage pick yesterday. You know, we did show our doubts for the hero, but overall, if there is a game where he is really good, it's this one. Very limited lockdown, very limited physical damage, not a lot of spells that can really be cast on the ground. You have the coil, you have the hook shot, but that's about it. The dazzle, poison touch, and the necro ulti you can easily send back.
Yeah.
So I'm really loving the AM pick here. I'm thinking if there was an AM game that is perfect, that would pretty much be it. You have really good mana void targets as well.
And if he uses his spell shield well, he can have amazing anime battles with the anti-mage. Actually, no, he just sorry, with the Juggernaut. He just omni slashes him back, right? That's how it works. So it'd be pretty fun to watch. I feel like they're gonna have issues against this anti-mage in general. We'll see. Mid-game, that's when they really gotta do things with meh. Like, they really gotta win this early mid-game timing. If not, I don't believe that. Like, I believe anti-mage is just gonna be unstoppable later. I don't think Juggernaut quite has the same potential this game.
Yeah, I think you mentioned the Necro and the Ghost Shroud, how it combos with the Grave. It is insane, but you know, I'm thinking that if the Dazzle and the Necro do play together, it's gonna be quite strong.
Hello, yeah, it looks like we are just gonna take a. We are here. Hey, hi, hey.
Hello.
The game, yeah. That we're gonna give you guys. We're gonna give these guys a bit of a a teaser to the game. We show you guys the draft. We're gonna go back to us so we can discuss it a little bit. So, see what we think is gonna happen. So, 1 sec, actually, just making sure what's going on. Yeah. So this game, Foxy looks strong. The draft looks good. I kind of like the Snapfire pick as well with the Rubik. Rubik tends to be hit or miss, but I do like the Snapfire with the, it's like Snapfire and Mars is just such a common combo. Yeah, we do have a pause because we have a bit of an issue with our observing right now. So we're just going to come back to you guys when everything is ready. Until then, the game is also paused, so you guys aren't missing any of the action. They're like, why do we gotta watch these one ugly, one handsome guy? I'll let you decide which one's which. People instead of the game.
It's obvious.
Obvious which one's which one, right? And, we know who's who.
Yeah, for sure. You know, if they asked me, I would have said both of us are handsome.
Now I've said I'm handsome and you're not. But I mean, you're a nice guy. You're a nice guy. This is why I love working with Harry. He can take this. Looks like the game is actually continuing, and Kang's taking a little bit of damage. And it is going to be the mid puck, by the way. I know we were kind of hoping it might be a support puck mid dazzle, but no. Looks like they just sort of swap the lanes around just to make sure that everyone sort of gets a hero that they're comfortable with in a role they're comfortable with. We've seen, it's like you said, it's a bit more of a stack-like mentality where not everyone's dedicated to one role every game.
Yeah, for sure. Though you are in the lobby, I'm not. So right now, I'm definitely having bigger enjoyment here looking at these two beautiful faces like our viewers, and you're gonna have to radio broadcast a little bit for us if the game has started.
Well, so far not much is happening. We're having the bottom lane. Dazzle's taking quite a bit of damage from Sleepless here. JNA is actually on half HP. This is kind of an issue with the poison touch, is that it doesn't last long the first few levels. So the slow is not amazing either. What is it, 16%? So we can see Sleepless just trading really well against them. Mid lane, the puck, a little bit less CS right now. Dragon Knight is starting off with the Quelling Blade, the double gauntlets, which is always good, and of course the Dragon Blood. I'm surprised he didn't start with the stun. Sometimes we see that you just walk up to the puck, you stun him down, so you can get a few CS and you'll be fine. Do you think it's okay to start with Dragon Blood, or is it Dragon Tail? it should be Dragon Tail.
For me, against the puck, you get your first spell, you reduce his damage, and he just cannot last hit. Well, that is what people usually go for. And then if you want to get a kill, then you go for the Dragon Tail, because against the puck, just 1 point in the Dragon's Blood, even though 2 points is usually when you are unkillable, but 1 point with the Bracer, and with the reduction of the attack damage, the puck is in trouble already.
Yeah, it's and it also stays the same. It's 25 at all levels. We are paused again, by the way, just so you guys know. Looks like one of the players is having a bit of an issue. But so far, what's crazy is that Juggernaut is... Sorry, not Juggernaut. Anti-Mage is suffering in terms of CS. Only 3 CS the first minute and a half. So Le is doing a pretty good job. Got 2 denies on the Necrophos. Got 6 last hits. And Kang as well on the clock was just running at Jill, giving her a little bit of problems. So yeah, we are radio broadcasting this for you guys. Enjoy. Still no first blood, and people are like, what are these guys doing up here? Give me game! Yeah, so we are hoping that we can get the observer back in so you guys can watch the game perfectly. In the meantime, though, yeah, it's the Dragon Knight is just doing a very nice job for himself in the mid lane. Going for the 2 points in Dragon Blood, so he stays, he has all the sustain he needs. And he finishes up the Soul Ring so he can start spamming out his spells. Throws out Breath of Fire and denies 2 creeps. Very impressive. I mean, that's... You know, I love it when you see that, those mechanical plays that they make.
There were a few situations during my cast in the DPC where, you know, the observer wouldn't be there for a second and I would have to radio cast, and I thought that all of the viewers at home were having so much fun.
Oh yes,
but
they didn't.
I'm not having fun at all. Okay, now I'm having fun because we are back into the game, but we're gonna have to apologize for the viewers because the view is not as beautiful as it used to be just a few seconds ago.
You are very kind to us, I guess. But yeah, look at the CS so far. The puck is starting to really suffer. You mentioned that he would, and he is definitely feeling this pain. He has only got 9 CS to the 19 of the Dragon Knight.
You know who's feeling the pain as well? It's Gil. Gil is being brought down really low, and Le is just diving this like mad.
Yeah, she needs. Annalisa needs to be careful. Look at Le. Just goes up, kills all the creeps, and she's gonna find bottom lane though. Hello?
I'm sorry, there I am. Okay, top lane, Le in a bit of trouble. The stun will connect and Le will be going down. So we're talking about Gil having some issues, but she definitely can hold her own. You know, you wait for your opening and you go in, and Necrophoses usually are very greedy in terms of not getting the second spell early on.
Yeah, that's always something that kind of bugs me as well. When they skip the ghost shot early, we sometimes see them take it either by level 4, where they go the 3-1-1, or they go something like 2-1-2, because the damage from Heartstopper does double from level 1 and 2, so you might want to take that. Either way, though, Le suffers for her greed, and yeah, but it's still kind of okay-ish for them in terms of the lane stage for Meh. It's only the mid lane, though, that you're looking at, you're like, yeah, that's a bit of suffering right there.
For sure. But still, even with the kill onto the Necro, the Necro is still gonna be an issue for you. So Gil, look at her, she's definitely struggling, the damage is being there. So this anti-mage is not getting farmed. And the thing about anti-mage is, I guess the hero needs a lot of it in the beginning. His laning phase is very much needed to go well.
It's very important for him. And she's also not going for the early Ring of Health. She wants to go for that fast power treads, wants to get the Ring of Health later. I feel like you're going to have to get Ring of Health if you want to survive the lane. You know, it's like you got to get that health regen, otherwise you're just going to be suffering. And you can see, like, Les just walks up. She's like, what are you really going to do to me? Nothing.
Yeah, cowards, run away. The grandma is getting herself out of this one, but, you know, old back, old bones. I'm not sure how fast you can be on the bottom lane, though. Cat Chaser being chased down, taking some damage, misses the God's Rebuke, and the cut downs because it will be enough. They get the kill, equalize the kill score right now. And, you know, Foxy they lose a hero as well. Very nicely done by Meh. Their laning phase is actually going quite solid, to be honest.
I think both lanes are. I'm sorry, both teams are feeling it. Except Gil is the only the one. I'm really like, that's a bit awkward for her. Honey Lisa is trying to say like, do I stay next to the creeps? But Jill jumps in and takes a lot of that battery assault damage.
She wants to go forward. One weird thing to me though here, Automo, is a Orb of Venom on the anti-mage. Oh, mid lane. The coil, it gets immediately broken. That's how much the DK cares about your small spells. And the Dazzle, she took the region, but she's gonna be paying with her life. Does she have a grave? No grave on the Dazzle, and that means that she will be eaten by the dragon, and the shallow grave will not be there to assist. Now, a real dragon against a fairy one. You know, I'd bet on the real one every single time.
Cat Chaser loses his life, but he gets the kill on YS, and he doesn't give any experience for that, so he's gonna be perfectly fine. And yeah, LV is gonna be the hero to watch out for, because realistically, on this puck, in a game like this, you don't have many options to, like, you don't have many chances to get those good coils off in the early game. You're gonna have like a few chances. If you can't get kills, then we'll start snowballing, because we've talked about the damage issues from Meh's side.
Yeah, for sure. Though, given that the lanes are going okayish, the puck having 30 CS, I'm gonna assume some of those are from the woods. You're still doing fine, but mid lane tower, look at this. Look at how much damage the DK is doing to it. The first DK form, she gets a kill, and they do like 70% of the damage to the tower. So next DK form, that's definitely gonna go down. Honey Lisa, very close. Does go down, but it's still a kill you give to the AM. Luckily for Meh, it is not the anti-mage that gets the kill. It's gonna be the tower that finishes things off. Now with the Urn of Shadows, the AM needs to be careful, but same can be said about the Juggernaut on the bottom lane. YS very low. He wants to get the Omni Slash off. No one wants to fight you. You will have to run at us, and the tower will finish off the job. So tower's getting a few kills around the map.
These are some of the best towers scores we've ever seen. You know, these are one of these towers. Oh, top lane. There, yeah, immediately just use the ghost shots. Cookie comes out, that does stun, and is a level 6 anti-mage.
Yeah, they will try to go for the kill, and without the mana, the Necro is dead. Just action happening all around, both of the offlaners losing their lives, while the puck is also very low. That dive on the bottom lane, sure, it gives them the kill, but LV, she is gonna be quite low. This puts DK in a situation where the mid tower can easily go down now with the next push.
And by the way, the Dragon Knight saving up her gold. She might go for the early blink or not. We'll find out. But this, the Necrophil suffering a little bit more. I mean, you know, you are a heavy magic user against the anti-mage. You were gonna have problems anyway. But leaving her solo like that has cost them. Oh, you want to go for this?
Going for the DK with the DD. They might actually have enough to get the kill. Oh, the Rubik is there. He wants to take a little bit of damage, but it's not gonna be allowed. The Jugger knows who the real target is, and they cut down the DK. That is really big. Juggernaut understanding he can't really lane effectively on the bottom lane, so she comes to the mid lane and gets a really big kill. The second DK form isn't gonna do anything.
Yep, the tower still stands, and you can tell Foxy, they're not gonna like this, because they really were hoping to get that tower. They almost lost 2 people though. Rubik, I think she took like 2 or 3 slashes. She almost lost her life. That was a double damage on the Juggernaut, so very effective. Might want to consider rotating or something like that. She does have the Reaper side, so staying top just feels like, you know, you're not really getting as much out of this top lane anymore. You haven't shut down Jill. Jill is fine. She's got 2 kills. She's third highest CS. She's fine this game. Fine, we can check out her net worth, and we'll see. She might be right at the top there. And she is second highest in terms of net worth.
And our observers are so fast. The second we mention net worth, bam, here it is for you. So we're gonna see there that the anti-mage is having a good time. We'll see how fast the Battle Fury does come out. Is it gonna be a 12, 14 minute, maybe 15 minute Battle Fury? All of those are decent timings, and that is something that Foxy Gaming are gonna be gunning for. But the mid lane tower is still not going down. That is something that is a big win for Meh so far in the game.
Juggernaut losing his life, actually. He's kind of low. Is he going to be okay? It looks like he was just farming those ancients and takes a little bit too much damage. But he should be fine. She should be fine. Oh my god! Be careful.
She should be fine?
Oh! That was scary. That was very scary for YS.
It was scary for you. She knew what she was doing. Top lane though, the coil does get dropped. The anti-mage is gonna start losing some of her HP, and they're trying to get the kill. The silence is there, but Jill is gonna be fine. The magic damage in itself isn't gonna be that big of an issue, and they just weren't in such a good position. Understandably, the anti-mage saw that they were coming over the ward, and you know, keeping herself in a good enough position to survive. Meanwhile though, the mid lane tower does fall with the second siege creep wave, so this is gonna open up the map for Foxy to hunt. Bottom, we're gonna be seeing a really big push there, so the two tier 1s on the side of Meh are already gonna be brought down, and for now Meh haven't taken a single tower, and the Gil doesn't want to allow that to happen. Does get out this time around, but really has to be careful how she approaches these fights.
Yeah, there's 2 towers opening by Foxy Gaming. We're saying, oh, the mid tower's still alive. Oh, look at the Snapfire ulti, and this is going to be a dead Necrophos as well. Mesh, sorry,
JNA.
she tries to get the grave up, but not in time. Oh.
JNA just wasn't in such a good position. The grave will come out. There it is, but it might be shallow.
Jill
Still a
wants
grave
this?
though. She wants it, but you don't always get what you want. That is the truth that you find out in adulthood here. And Gil, she's gonna get the life lesson from Dota this time around.
Well, in the meantime, it's a small lead for Fox Gaming, only 1,000 gold. But the map pressure is the one where you feel it. You know, we're taking those 2 towers. Bottom lane, not only do they take the top, but they also find a very deep ward. You can see the Cat Chaser, she actually knows why YS is going bomb. She's there much faster than she expected. YS. Spider sense tingling, and she also goes back a little bit. So it's scary when you have these deep wards. The enemy shows up immediately when you go into a lane. You're like, why? How are they this good?
The Mars has had a very, very good game. Look at it. Pretty much all of the cores on the side of Foxy Gaming are having a good time, whereas, you know, the Puck and the Necro, they are falling behind just a tad bit. I'm looking at Meh, and I'm thinking, how are they going to make a play? You want to use the Reaper Sight, you want to use the hook shot, but where are you going to do it? And are Foxy Gaming even going to allow you to go for a good play?
I expect a lot of the hook shots are going to be used on Snapfire when she's ulting. You're like, alright, the gobs are coming from there. I'm gonna go, you know, I'll try to hook shot them and get her. 2 big items just got finished though. The Spirit Vessel, which means that suddenly the Dragon Knight is a target that you can kill, along with the Maelstrom for the Juggernaut. So you have that extra magic damage, which is very useful for killing the Dragon Knight. And this might be the first sort of very concentrated push coming out from Matt, and they will probably get this top tower.
It's looking like it. Le doing her best. We can see that the right clicks aren't really that powerful, but if you hit long enough, anything will fall, anything will get destroyed. Foxy though, they know this, and they go for a smoke. They'll be moving towards the mid lane, but for now it doesn't seem like they are going to be catching anyone.
And the net worth advantage continuing to shift for Foxy Gaming side, something to be a little bit worried about. One thing you can mention also about the Snapfire is that she is a great farmer compared to like the Dazzle, who has a tough time. And here we go, smoke breaks.
Both of the smoke breaks. The Kang not getting the cogs off. 2 of the supports are inside of the arena, and the Mortimer's kisses are gonna be there. Dazzle graves herself. Of course, you're gonna be saving yourself in that kind of situation, but now with the Omni Slash and the Reaper Sight, go back to whence you came. The Dragonite just won't be so powerful and Sleepless. Well, I'm not sure that she's gonna be getting enough sleep thinking about this chase. Please don't kill me. Please let me live. Are they gonna have the presence of mind to allow her to get out of this one alive? Yes, they will have mercy upon Sleepless, but to be honest, that was some pretty impressive footwork coming out from the Rubik.
Oh, is she gonna be okay? LV, the spear, nice dodge. As LD would say, wow! And she makes like, holy crap, look at the movement!
Yeah, but Sleepless, she goes in. That's a really nice spell usage from the Rubik. That chase on the Rubik now, they're gonna be regretting it, and Sleepless sets up 2 great kills for her team, you know. The Puck, all of that spell usage was fine, but when the anti-mage comes in and uses his ulti, there's absolutely nothing that you can do. With 0 mana, you will inevitably die, and despite Meh getting a good fight going their way, in the end, the net worth will be going towards the side of Foxy Gaming.
And not only that, they also get both Bounty Ruins, and the Anti-Mage is about to finish the Battle Fury, so sure, her farm is going to start accelerating. She's already #1 net worth, fairly ahead of the Juggernaut. but I expect that Gil is going to be pulling out ahead of YS very soon. And the chase by Meh, getting very over eager in that situation, thinking, we're going to get this kill for sure, and comes back and bites them in the butt. Need to be a little bit more careful with that. This is a scary lead, I must say, for Foxy. Yes, it's 3k, but I feel like Meh is a team that has to be ahead to win. 4k lead now, and I am just very worried for them right now.
Yeah, in my mind, the Necro needs to be able to survive quite a lot if you want to be able to win this game. So she needs to be the one in front. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, the Grave Dice come out. They're trying to heal Le, but still Le is taking so much damage with literally fire raining down from the skies. It's definitely going to be a kill, but in the end, we can finish off the Dragonite. That's a big kill. And Gang in some trouble, but YS comes over. The healing ward is still going strong. Finally, they're going to kill it. And now this Gang Clockwork is still surviving. The Omni Slash is going to go into the creeps. We even use the glyphs. Even the creeps are not going to be going down with the spin into the backlines. There's going to be a coil, but it's not going to break. They're very nicely done, hiding in the trees, still surviving. The grandma will live. Leave our grandma alone. The grandma does die in the end, but now you've broken the back of my old lady, and we will break your back as well. The puck goes down, and Foxy Gaming are going to be quite happy with that, especially with the AM coming into the fight and getting a lot of the experience in the gold, a much needed fight for him as well.
By the way, something that Foxy did in that fight that was absolutely amazing is that when YS used the Omni Slash one-shot kills creeps. So she's like, oh, there's a creep wave coming, I'll Omni Slash Snapfire. Yeah, the creeps will be there, so it doesn't matter, I'll kill them anyway. They actually used the Fortify to keep the creep wave alive, which is god tier, because then the enemy just stuck on the creeps, couldn't jump to any other hero, because they weren't expecting that to happen. They were expecting the creeps to melt and she would just continue jumping to heroes. So Foxy, like a small thing, one person just pressed J and that turns that fight around. So very well played by Foxy, and the lead continues to grow for them.
The lead will continue to grow. The anti-mage gonna be hitting those big timings. The Yasha is coming over already. Oh, Gil is thinking about a Vanguard. What do you think about this one? Yasha into a Vanguard, is that really more beneficial than the Manta itself?
I think the way they're playing, they're thinking, listen, we want to be unkillable in these fights. We want to make sure we can take them. Do I think it's better than the Manta? I don't know. I mean, with Manta, you can remove the puck silence, which is pretty good. You can remove everything from the dazzle. I don't know if it's better, but Vanguard definitely has a point. First, it becomes Abyssal later, and secondly, it just gives him a ton of survivability. So I like it. I can't say I like it more, but I like it as much. I'll say I like it as much. Oh, they find Annalisa
from Le. They're gonna try to find something, but Annalisa is in a really good position to break that smoke under her own vision. Let's see, will she be able to do it? Yes, she will. The puck gets revealed, and they know exactly what is going their way. Is that gonna stop Mad? They're still going forward, but that just means they're gonna be found. Sleepless, though, in a bit of an awkward position, but no, she gets herself away, knowing exactly where she needs to stand, and these are some nuances from which you see that Foxy is definitely a level ahead of Meh at this point. But the fight, it doesn't mean that it's not gonna happen either way. They get a stun on the Juggernaut. The grave is there. It's gonna be pretty shallow, but he is still in it. He's not out of the fray just yet, and the Juggernaut will survive, especially with the healing ward. The hook shot just to stun and stop the chase. They do finish off the Snapfire first. Now, this DK looking very much dead with Reaper Sight that has been stolen by the Rubik, so she's gonna be trying to use that one into the fight if needed. The BKB from the Mars, DP out, the Reaper Sight. It's not gonna be enough damage because of the healing ward. Sleepless, where do you think you're going? Stay right here. That's a nice flower, and we know girls like flowers. He turns around to look at it, and it's just gonna be death following Sleepless. So very nicely done by the side of Meh. Foxy, they knew the fight was going their way, but it still didn't change the fact that Meh played that fight perfectly.
Yeah, they had vision in the area, so Foxy was like, that clip, they were like, let's take this fight here. But without the anti-mage, Fox is two different beasts. Like with the anti-mage, I think they're basically unkillable. Like this 5,000 lead could be a 50,000 lead. That's how strong the anti-mage is. But without the anti-mage, in a 5 versus 4, that was a little bit greedy. And like I said, Meh played really well. That was also the first BKB usage of the Mars. So, you know, you're going to be 8 seconds next time. It won't be as useful. And I want to, Necrophos finish the Hood. This is one of the things I want to talk about. She's been taking so much magic damage. The Hood really helps her survive in these fights.
Yeah, for sure. DK, though, it's really hard for her to survive without the BKB. Going for the shard, yeah, it does help you farm, but it definitely does delay your BKB timing, and we're seeing the issues there. The DK jumps in, and that's basically all she is right now, a blink stun, and that is a hero that was picked as a counter to the puck and that crushed its mid lane. So I'm liking that Meh are keeping the DK in check. Then I think the Spirit Vessel actually has a lot to do with it.
Yes, yeah, like the fast spirit vessel on the Necro has been a huge deal for them. The Necro also is going to get a shard in the moment, which will help her save allies, as well as just deal more damage. They are smoking up. They have 10 seconds on the Reaper, but all the other ultimates are up. Despite everything, Foxy Gaming, their net worth advantage has actually increased after that fight, which is insane. This Gil is just falling like crazy.
Yeah, no man, they don't want to stop fighting. You can farm, but we are gonna kill. Juggernaut looking to cut off someone's head. They're looking towards the DK. The coil will go down, not breaking it immediately. This means she puts herself in a really bad spot, and with the spin, it's still not gonna break, but they have Reaper sight in just a second. She needs vision, and there it is. You will get destroyed there, and the DK dies once again. Down. Omni Slash gonna be beautifully used there. Cat Chaser has to use the BKB to remove the damage there. Honey Lisa in a bit of trouble inside of the arena, but the Juggernaut dies. Cat Chaser just destroys YS, and Meg get a little bit ahead of themselves, while Gil is like, you are not even worth my time. The Anti-Mage will be having fun with the creeps, and Meh will not be having fun when Gil gets out of the woods.
Hookshot, by the way, hookshot was stolen on Rubik. That means that they have a way to control the anti-mage next time she spins. We'll see if... Oh, she actually just used it just now. Well, I imagine you still want to keep it, though. It's not... You don't really want a hookshot in as a Rubik, but it's nice. Okay. Playing with fire here. Okay. Holy moly. Nice grave keeping her alive, though.
Nicely done, nicely done. The AM definitely isn't gonna be it definitely isn't gonna be going in there. No reason to risk your life. You are the maybe not the strongest late game hero, but in terms of timings, 22 minutes, you know, around 25 minutes, 2:35 is when you're gonna be at the strongest with this hero. So no reason to die before that, and no reason to die alone for a measly clockwork kill. So the AM at the start of the game, Gil was joining fights, but now she's like, you guys, you girls are gonna be creating space, and I'm gonna be winning this game when the time comes.
And I gotta say though, like as the game continues to progress, Meh, they're trying to do all the right things. You know, they're trying to take team fights. They're trying to put vision on the enemy side, but it doesn't seem like it's really like enough. They have this nice deep ward near the tier 2 tower. It's all good for them, but they're not cutting down the net worth advantage at all. It's just going for them. Sorry, all going for Foxy Gaming. It's all thanks to this guild, this crazy farm.
The farm is insane, and finally we're gonna see Foxy in the smoke thinking about going in, but they understand we still don't have to do anything. They are controlling most of the map, whereas Meh are stranded in their triangle, not really sure what tomorrow will bring, but tomorrow will bring death if this anti-mage is left unattended, and that is exactly what's happening. 4-0-2. How do Meh kill the anti-mage? And even if they do, is one kill on the hero going to be enough?
Oh, this could be a problem for the puck, but at least the shot grave's up. She might be alive here. Oh, barely.
She's alive. She is alive. She does get herself out. Foxy Gaming again forcing out a rotation from the enemies. They see where their enemies are, and that puts Gil in a situation where she's untouched yet again.
Yeah, they might consider taking a fight or Roshan or something here for Meh, because they did see the arena just fall, so that is an opening for them. And look at the supports, by the way. We talked about the supports for Foxy Gaming being better at farming, particularly the Snapfire compared to the Dazzle. And Snapfire, she's getting very close. She already has the Vladimir. She's getting very close to the Wraith Pack, which, Meh, yeah, I guess the Juggernaut can take it, but no one else can. So she's getting really up there in farm. Rubik has the Aetherlets and the Blink Dagger and about a couple hundred gold. You look at Dazzle, she's got Arcane Boots and nothing else.
Okay, at least you are giving mana to your teammates.
That's true.
It's pretty much the same when you're playing against an axe, so you try to use the heals so that he doesn't get a good culling blade off. Now it's for the anti-mage, you know, you're waiting for her to lift the arms for the mana void, and then you try to use your mana boots, so at least you're gonna prevent some of the damage, but that isn't really gonna help too much though. Gil, we were talking about them catching her. Now is the perfect time. It's now or never. It's now or never, Kang. It's all riding on you. No pressure, no pressure at all. And Gil jumps in. You don't need a hook shot because Gil says, I want to fight you, but can you really do it? Where's the ulti from the Necro? Lad doesn't use it in time, and that hook shot to the side, you're not gonna be catching it. We're not really good at fishing, are we, Kang? Now the arena, onto all of them. You wanted a fight, and you will get a really big one. Why are you running away right now? Just stay and fight. Stay and fight. Don't be cowards. No, they can't do it. A beautiful coil, but the Juggernaut needs to do so much damage. Gil, is she gonna be able to survive? Fed a cookie. There's gonna be a nice one, and finally, she does cut her down. The anti-mage dies, but it's gonna come at a cost, and a really big one at that, because all of them are dead. Oh, you killed our carry. Well played. Where are you now, though?
I gotta say, they messed up. They messed up big. They had the anti-mage literally blinked right in front of them. They had the time to kill her, but they were all very nervous. Did you get the feeling that they were all just like, wait, are we doing this? They had 6 seconds to kill the anti-mage. They had hook shot. They had Reaper's Sight. They had Omni Slash, and all of them were like, wait, are you using your ability? Am I using? Then after she blinks, they throw hook shots wildly off by Kang. That was really unfortunate. Like that should not happen. They should have been able to kill Jill and lost nothing in that fight. Do you agree, or do you think that I'm just like I'm being too harsh here?
Yeah, you're definitely being too harsh. You know, the enemy carry jumps into your smoke and you don't kill it. You're definitely being too harsh. I'm kidding, of course. Yeah, they did mess up. Was the puck there?
No,
I kind of felt like
the puck came later.
Okay. Okay, that's also one big mistake. You're going for an anti-mage kill and you're not bringing your best lockdown for the hero. You know, Coil is the best lockdown for the anti-mage in this game. It's one of the better lockdowns overall against the hero, and LV wasn't part of that one. Sure, the puck is your best split pusher, the one that has to deal with the waves, but you know, in that kind of a move, that big one that should be the game changer, you really need her there.
To be fair though, like again, I can't fault the puck because you had the anti-mage given to you on a silver platter. Either way, that happened, it's fine. Look at the warding. I'm always impressed by Foxy Gaming's warding. They always have these very nice deep wards, spotting where they're going to play. This is how you know they're not stacking, they're a team, because they put a ward and they say, let's go to this area. 5-man smoke though, LV will has the dream call. If they find Gil again, this should shouldn't go as well for them as last time.
This time around, though, she's closer to her teammates. Cat Chaser, not the ideal target. The Mars pops.
This is bad. They have no vision. Oh dear.
Suddenly you don't do much. Okay, there is the Clockwork Hook shot, and they found GNA. That's the best target. The spear will connect. Dazzle is looking very much dead. Where's your grave? It is right here, but it is not as shallow as you would like it to be. They got a double kill with the DK. Finally, she used the BKB as well.
Oh,
with that BKB, she's not gonna be dying. They did kill the Mars, but now you are left stranded. Nice dodge there on the Dragon Tail. But is it gonna be enough to live? It seems like the answer will be yes, but with 4 kills, just straight into the Roche Pit, there is no one to defend the big dragon there, and you have a Dragon Knight on your side, so you know how to fight this guy.
The positioning in that fight was a bit awkward. You can, like Foxy, firstly, huge props to Cat Chaser for standing right next to the ward and getting all that, like, right next to it and breaking their smoke. It's very good for that was a heads-up play. But man, they also were approaching it from like the low ground, you know? They were trying to be right next to the ward, and it just didn't work out so well for them. This Dazzle pick is also kind of not working. I would have preferred. I know Marcy was bad, but when you look at it, you're like, yeah, you need Marcy because Necrophos is so immobile. She's having trouble getting there, getting her ultis off. With the Dazzle doesn't help. But if you had something like a Marcy, giving you that extra movement speed, moving the Necrophos with enemies near to each other, would have been a lot better for them.
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. But you know, coming to the high ground, having the Dazzle go and place the ward, sure, it is the position 5, but I feel like Kang or any of the cores should have been given a ward to place it up the hill so that JNA can hold her position. But the second that her smoke was broken and the Mars saw her, it was I think it was game over for that fight. In my mind, the only way Meh wins the fights is if Foxy commits onto Le, you get a nice grave off, and then you turn things around. If that does not happen, and it hasn't happened for the majority of this game, you will lose, and that is exactly what has been happening.
LV is doing a good thing of split pushing, and she's also going for the one item that I think will keep her alive, which is the Lincoln Sphere. We talked about the sort of the lockdown from Foxy Gaming. It is going to be mostly the blink grab by the Rubik, who does have the Blink Dagger. So once the puck has Lincolns, you actually can sort of split push relatively safely. Alright, Foxy Gaming, that's a smoke. That's a 4-man smoke here. No anti-mage, who does have your Aegis, but at this point, Foxy Gaming, maybe it's hubris that's making them do this, but again, team up with anti-mage anyway. We'll see if they can find anyone.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Look at that warding. 2 wards next to each other by Meh. That is all unfortunate. A bit of a waste, I'd say.
We'll see if they manage to use them, but still, the ward from Foxy in the enemy triangle does expire. Meanwhile, the anti-mage is trying to get a tier 2 on the bottom lane. Foxy, they have nothing to risk here. They don't need to go into the enemy triangle. They can just move towards the tier 2, and that's gonna be the first tier 2 down. No contest. Automo, looking at this game, when does Meh fight? When can they defend? What can they do? Is the game really over at this point?
No, it's not over. Like, it's definitely not over. We've seen 40,000 gold comebacks, you know, in the past. This is not over. This is the problem is that you kind of have to wait for the Aegis to expire. You need the puck to split push. You need to force the enemy to separate. And that's what Meh's doing. They're doing a good job of that. They're trying to avoid fights. You give up your tier 2 is better than giving up the whole game, and it might just come down to a high ground defense. It's not ideal though, but if you can get a Dream Coil to a 4-staff kill, that might be something. You do have a 4-staff on the clockwork, so just coil someone, 4-staff someone in, and you can get a kill that way.
We'll see if that's a play that Meh can make work on the top lane. They did push in quite a lot, so the tier 2 of Foxy will take some damage as well. But with this tier 2 in the mid lane gone, they can focus their attentions elsewhere if they wish to do so. And we can see the DK running towards the top lane, level 20 right now. We'll see which talent she goes for, but also the big black dragon will be coming out fairly soon. And do you see anyone as a dragon slayer on the side of Meh? Because I see none of them.
I'm sure you know, I was gonna say maybe Juggernaut, but they look at like 25 armor on the Dragon Knight, 3,000 health. Juggernaut might be able to bring him down if there's like a vessel on him with an Omni Slash, but it's still a huge commitment. There is a BKB on the Necrophos, and you look at Foxy Gaming, they got nothing that pierces BKB. That is very helpful to have, but still 16,000 gold behind. We'll have to again. Puck is doing a good job though. Just keep split pushing the map. Keep making sure that the enemy team doesn't get doesn't get all 3 lanes pushed into your side.
And does have the Lincoln, so that is a big deal. The Abyssal comes out, you have the Blink Stun from the DK, the Rubik as well, so definitely gonna help you. The best initiation now to kill the puck is the Spear, and she has shown that she can react to that one. Level 25 on the anti-mage though. How do you deal with her? How do you fight her right now? It's impossible. And LV going up the high ground, jumps in. The Lincolns gets broken. She's actually gonna be in a lot of trouble right now. Lifted up into the air. The Abyssal, the Spear, they overlap the stuns. Why? Because they just don't care. It really didn't matter. The damage was gonna be there anyway.
At least she has buyback, and yeah, there's only one way to kill anti-mage. You have to get an Omni Slash on her. Like, it has to be an Omni Slash. Omni Slash has to do so much this game. Oh dear.
Jump in from Gil. She is definitely just flexing right now inside of the enemy base. They do buy back 2 of the heroes, and look at Foxy. They're getting themselves out. This big black dragon actually looks quite a lot of like a blue one.
Right?
Blue eyes, blue dragon. Yeah.
It doesn't look black at all.
Yeah, not at all. Though smoke from Meh. They want to fight. They don't want to be waiting. We use the buybacks. We need to do something. What can you do when there is a dragon in front of your base ready to blow your house down? Man, look at their logo. It's definitely not like whatever. It's very scared, and it should be, because they are absolutely helpless right now.
But there is no dragon form, and there is no Aegis on the anti-mage. So if you're talking about openings, this is a pretty damn good one. But Nin just said, she's like, are you guys actually gonna even try to kill me? It doesn't seem like you guys want to. She went for this 20 strength talents, by the way, so that's an extra 400 HP, extra 2 health regen. She got 30 health regen a second with a BKB, and yeah, this is gonna be tough.
Gonna be very tough for that though. They're still not giving up. They want to fight. The spin will be their Juggernaut going in. Cat Chaser uses the BKB, not gonna be taking that much damage. The AM turned into a piggy, but no one cares because of the arena. They're getting destroyed. Still a real nice Reaper sight. Now with the hook shot, the DK will get stunned up, but she's not taking any damage. Just holding her ground, and with the mana void, they'll all get destroyed. The double kill for Gil. Where's my triple? Where are you now? The Mars buys back. She wants to be a part of the team. She doesn't want to be left out of the fun. And now this poor Puck, she wants to devour the ward inside of their base. You will not get a chance because Foxy are way too strong. This might be GG territory here, Otamo. Do may have one more fight left in them.
They have the BBs. They have the buybacks available if they want to use them. But I'll be honest, it doesn't seem like Meh is overly committed to doing so. And at this point, it's like, if you're not gonna buy back, when are you going to? Are you going to give them Megas? Maybe they are. Maybe Meh is like, I'm going to make sure you earn this victory. We're going to take as much time as you can. Maybe try to think about, okay, what happened to the DAP girls? What was the problem? In general, we've been saying this. Fox Gaming is a tier above. Meh would have to pull out all the stuff. They did okay in the laning stage. You know, got some decent ganks off as well. But that Gil blink into a team wipe, that was a big turning point for them. It was Fox was ahead, but they could have reeled it back in for Meh. That was just a bit of a big mistake. They do leave a ranged Rax though. Very kind of them.
Nah. It died? Didn't it die?
No, there's a top ranged Rax. Yeah, just standing there.
Yeah, and there it is. So Foxy, what they're trying to do right now, and they told me there were no mean girls here, but they are actually trying to crush the spirits of Meh. Yeah, you're gonna get one more fight, but guess what? We're gonna destroy you, break your spirit, so in game 2 you're even more weaker than us. That is just not a nice approach, but this is Dota, this is competition. They didn't come here to play, they didn't come to be nice, they came to destroy, and they will do so to Le. Anyone else? Is there no one else, as Achilles will say, is there no one else that can fight me? And everyone on Meh is like, yeah, no, we're definitely not gonna be challenging you. Finally the Megas are there, but Meh think they still have one more fight left in them. We'll see how well they can do.
Oh, to be fair though, Meh can tap out anytime. So Foxy Gaming, like I would say they've earned the right to do this, but they go for the god. Look at that, hook shot to an illusion.
Yep, Aghanim Scepter on the AM, just sending in illusions, not worthy of the real thing. That is how highly she thinks of her opponents. Gil going for the effigies. Finally, she's gonna say, okay, they've had enough. Let's end their suffering. This is hard to watch for me. That's what Gil is saying, and she does want more blood, but no one wants to give her the satisfaction. Now, jumping in, does have 2 more blink fragments if she wants to use them, if she wants to send her images into death. La gets stunned inside of the base, and that damage of the anti-mage is just doing so much damage. The DK comes up, the spear does not connect, so La will be staying alive, and in the end, they will get the kill there with the God's Rebuke, but the more important thing will be the throne falling and Juggernaut DCs. I'm just hoping she is not tilted because there is still more to play. It is not over, even though Foxy are looking really, really strong.
Yeah, looking at the score after, I gotta say, I thought that YS as well as LV played really good. I thought it wasn't like they did what they could with what they were given. I do think though that Leh as well as the supports didn't seem very comfortable. Necrophos in the lane was okay, but you couldn't get a lot of those 3 precise kills. JD on the Dazzle. You don't pick a Dazzle for this sort of situation where you just get falling a bunch of times. And I can't believe that Kang did not throw the hook shot on the anti-mage. I think if you're more confident with the clockwork, you would have been throwing those hook shots left and right to try to catch people. For Foxy Gaming, though, amazing performance by the DK. We saw that Honey Lisa on the Snapfire. She's quiet, but look at that. She gets a Wraith Pact and a Guardian Greaves by the end of the game. But Jill is definitely MVP with that anti-mage, unkillable, and just winning the game almost single-handedly. She could 1v5, literally 1v5 in this game.
That definitely could have happened just with how much strength there was on that anti-mage. So much farm, pretty much doubling everyone else on the side of Meh, doing so much damage. And in the end, we saw even with the blink fragments, she didn't need to commit the real hero. At that point, though, the game was over and the lead was just insane. There were some few good fights for the side of Meh before there was a BKB on the DK, but other than that, I really didn't see much incentive for them. I like that they tried. They did not stay in the base using smokes. There were plays, but you know, when all of those smokes fail, the outcome will be as it was in this game.
Yeah, I mean, even that, like at the very end, which throws blink fragments, Dazzle's forced to grave herself, and Clockwork's forced to hookshot the fragment just to keep alive. Like, that's how much of one fragment of the anti-mage was scary for them. It is only game 1, though. We'll see if Matt can make a comeback in game 2. Personally, I'm looking for a little bit more of an active offlaner and a more aggressive vision, something like a little bit more control, because they had like Clockwork, Dazzle, Liquor Force was not enough. We'll see what they go for in game 2. I'm Atomo. This is Harry Freak. We'll be back to you guys in about 10 minutes. We'll see you guys then. And we are back after a bit of a lengthier break than we expected for the Dota 2 wildcard for FSL. The winner joins the FSL Elite. The loser goes home. We're in the grand finals where we see Foxy Gaming is in the lead by 1 point. There's this game match for them. Meh, they need 2 wins to come back. I'm Atomo, this is Harry Freak, and we have the draft. So let's just go straight into it. Let's not waste any time looking at our faces. So let's go to the draft, see what we're working with here. And, ooh, the first pick, Tiny from Foxy Gaming. Alright, meta hero, makes sense. Meh. They start with the Dawnbreaker, which was banned against them the previous game. How do you feel about the opening with the Dawnbreaker over the Dazzle?
You know, I don't feel too happy about it because I'm a bigger fan of the Dazzle as a hero, but I think if you're gunning for a win, and Meh should be gunning for a win, the Dawnbreaker definitely does make more sense. Puck is still in the pool. That is something that Foxy Gaming could go for. If they do, they're committing most likely to support Tiny, but you know, it's still, you have the biggest counter to one of the strongest heroes in the meta, so it does make sense if they do want to pick it up.
I like the Dawnbreaker. I know you were like, Dawnbreaker, but you get flexibility. I feel like she's a much better 5 than the Dazzle. Yeah, Dazzle's got the save and the heal, but Dawnbreaker in the lane, very strong. The global presence is really good, so I like Dawnbreaker. I like Sun Mommy. She is good. Foxy Gaming, though, they go with the Death Prophet, so they're definitely kind of going for that push lineup, you know. If this Tiny is a core, you can just shred buildings. Death Prophet can definitely shreds building. Although I feel bad that her ultimate was nerfed to only do half damage to buildings. I miss the days when I could press R and building, and you can literally take 2 towers straight up.
That's normal. It's not that it's half now. Now it's normal. What they did then when they changed, you know, when they introduced all of the new damage types,
yeah.
they messed up. You know, they messed up. So the Dazzle wards and the exorcism, I think they were never intended to do that much damage. You know,
Yeah.
but at least we did to see those heroes a little bit more at that time. Roche, he definitely wasn't a big fan of it because he got slapped by both the wards and the exorcism multiple times. But yeah, as you mentioned, now the damage has been halved, so we're finally seeing normal pushes coming out from the Death Prophet, not just the tower dying in a second. Yeah,
which is actually crazy because when you look at Death Prophet at level 12, now does the same damage she used to do at level 6 because the spirits go from 8 to 16 and her damage was halved. So it's like absolutely absurd how much damage the ultimate used to do before. Shadow Shaman Wars, they still do the same damage type though, so they're still amazing against Roshan, but they're easier for him to clear out, which, you know, alright, that's a band-aid there. Alright, Foxy Gaming, they do get rid of the Terrorblade as well as the as well as the Puck and the Medusa. For Meh, they get rid of the Juggernaut and the Bat Rider, still leaving one more in the pool here.
Dire team pick.
Alright. Faceless Void has been a hero that we see banned quite a bit. Not sure that we've ever seen Foxy Gaming pick it. And the Zeus is still in the pool. Last time Zeus was not in the pool. Foxy Gaming, I don't feel like matters too much for them. They have a wide hero pool anyway. But there is no
10
Zeus.
seconds
Maybe Mac
remaining.
could consider taking it for themselves.
Yeah, they could.
5 seconds
You are
remaining.
definitely going to be liking some more burst damage against the Death Prophet,
Yes.
though. You know, it makes sense what you said about the Faceless Void. We don't see it picked too much. Well, I guess mostly because it is banned. I would really like to see it, though, just to know why it is getting banned so much. Are these teams really good at the hero, or do the girls maybe feel uncomfortable playing against him? You know, that might be the case as well. The hero can be quite strong, and I've seen in these games that sometimes the teams take a little bit longer to end it than it might be needed, but the Warlock comes out. So what do you think about this one, Automo?
I mean, I'm looking at Foxy Gaming. They don't really have much burst damage. You know, it's kind of like Death Prophet's Exorcism's damage over time. Yeah, it's pretty impressive damage over time, but it's not insane burst damage. Tiny's combo is burst damage, but it falls off as if it's a
5
support.
seconds
If it's a
remaining.
carry, we don't see him too often, like early. So I guess I like the Warlock for the heal. But and Warlock himself it's kind of crazy. Warlock has like 3 strength gain, which is higher than some strength heroes, by the way. So he's pretty durable. Dawnbreaker's pretty durable. I like the heal. Just seems like it's a big ultimate to wait for. My favorite hero in Dota 2, the Phoenix. Oh, this hero is this is the best hero in Dota 2. They're like no lie, no
Dire
way
team pick.
any hero can beat it, and they go with the Chaos Knight. Huh? Do you think it's gonna be Death Prophet 3? Or is it going to be a definite mid-death Prophet? Because it seems a bit flexible for me.
I'd rather see it on 3, to be honest. Of course, there is flexibility,
Yeah.
but you know,
10 seconds
Death Prophet would do well with the Tiny in lane. So, but I think, you know,
5
Foxy Gaming,
seconds
they were
remaining.
looking forward to kind of making it not so obvious, because it could be the Tiny mid, it could be the Tiny 4, Death Prophet both mid and the offlane. So you want to make the bans for the enemies a little bit harder. But I want to talk about the CK Phoenix. You know, CK, you talked about strength gain for the Warlock. He has a lot of it, but
Yeah.
CK, he has more. And with the Sunray, you know, this is one of the heroes that gets to 3k HP very, very fast. And then you have the Sunray heals. It's going to be very tough to bring him down.
For sure. I mean, you can also go to the Holy Locket build. The healing has been reduced compared to what it was before, but, you know, with the Holy Locket, you're still going to be doing a massive amount of health. And if we're talking about high health pools, you know who's a hero who does percentage damage? Yes, it's Zeus from very far away. So I'm still thinking Mac could take it, but they're thinking about
I'm
it.
liking it.
Sorry?
I'm liking the Zeus so much here. You have the Fatal Bonds as well.
Yeah.
The CK illusions are just gonna die
catch isn't
until the Tiny
amazing.
gets the blink.
The catch from Foxy
Yeah,
is
the catch isn't the... I would be afraid, though, of the egg, just because Matt don't do anything to the egg.
No.
You see the golem drop down, you drop the egg, well, the egg will prevail in the
Huh.
end. So they go for the timber.
carried on.
I'm not a fan.
I'm not either.
I'm not a fan.
I mean, I was also kind of. Timbersaw, there is some advantages. First of all, the damage is pure, it's AoE. There is percentage strength steal, which not strength steal, sorry, strength reduction.
10
It's
seconds
stats,
remaining.
sorry, main stat reduction, but for Chaos Knight, Phoenix, and Tai, it's all strength.
5
So there
seconds
are merits
remaining.
to it, but it's another non-egg hitter.
Dire team back.
And I don't know. I don't know if it'll actually be able to tank against all the damage coming out from Fox. Like, that is a significant amount of damage. All right, we'll see what they go with. Foxy Gaming, they get rid of the Void Spirit.
Radiant
They might
team
need either a mid lane, and Zeus gets banned for meh. Huh.
Yep, they themselves don't want to be playing against heavy magical damage.
team back.
Also, you know, I hate it when a Rubik lanes with a Timber, because Rubik is a experience hungry hero. He stays in the lane, he's constantly taking the creeps through the Fade Bolt. Timbersaw doesn't like it. Sure, you know, you are gonna be a nuisance to the CK and to the Phoenix, but as soon as a Tiny starts rotating, potentially with the mid laner, be Death Prophet or something else, the Timbersaw can't die. And later on in the game, you know, Phoenix with the Sunray, he pretty much rips you apart. So I'm afraid for Matt. The one thing I see the synergy going for them is, you know, if the Timbersaw gets strong, you get a heal on him, you have the Solar Guardian, you survive all of the damage from Foxy, and then you turn things around. That could be great. But you know, if Foxy are smart, they can just poke the Timber Saw, force out all of those spells, and then just bail, come back again later on, and deal with him. I'm thinking that Foxy are gonna have so many ways to approach the fights in this game.
Oh my god. They also go with the Leshrac, so the pushing power is very impressive, and it does feel like it's going to be that off-lane Death Prophet. And you were talking about, like, it's gonna be difficult for the Timbersaw to go in. It's not gonna be easy for him. He's got some heals that helps. And this Leshrac pick, I feel like if you go into Exorcism, Diabolic Edict, Pulse Nova, Sunray, an egg maybe on top of it if you have the shot. Like, Timbersaw goes in, he's like, nope, 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 none of that. Lifestealer feels like the pick for meh. Maybe you can fest someone, keep them alive. Good against the Phoenix Egg as well. So that's kind of what I don't really see any other option than the Lifestealer. Juggernaut's already banned. There's no other sort of... Do you think there's anything? Oh, wait, no, they have to go with the mid. They have to go with the mid, right? Because the Dawnbreaker has to go mid. I mean, sorry, has to go carry. So they have to go for...
It can be Dawnbreaker mid, you know? It's not impossible.
I'm not sure I love it. We'll see what Meg goes with, because I agree, it could be Dawnbreaker carry or mid. We'll find out in a second. What's it going to be? It's going to be the Lifestealer. All right, so I felt like they needed the Lifestealer. It had to be Lifestealer, but I do feel like this Dawnbreaker is now, like, shoved into the mid lane against a Leshrac, which is not ideal, but not too bad, honestly.
Foxy Gaming are taking time to get their heroes. Okay, they will take the Lesh on Ningand. I don't know if you remember the Lesh meta when Lesh was being played in the offlane quite a lot. Leshes at that point would love to play against the Lifestealer. He didn't have a lot of armor. Diabolic Edict at that point, it was doing physical damage. Now it does pure, so you care about his armor even less, and then the Tiny and the Lesh might do well. But it is still gonna be a Lesh mid. Again, I have to say, Foxy Gaming, for me, the big favorites. I think their draft is superior. They have much more to work with. It is gonna be a mid lane Timbersaw, maybe. With LV playing it, but we have seen so many lane swaps coming out from these girls that right now I don't feel confident saying that it is going to be a Timbersaw in the mid lane.
Well, some of the stuff from mass drafts are pretty solid. You have decent control with the Rubik Lift. I guess I was going to say decent control, I was like, oh, actually, it's just Rubik Lift. Then you have either Golem or Dawnbreaker, Starbreaker. So it's not the best, but at least you have the lift. Timbersaw Lifestealer relatively hard to bring down, plus Lifestealer can save allies, which is good. You have decent heal with the Solar Guardian as well as the heal from the Warlock, especially with the Shard. So there are, there's some stuff there. They got stuff going for them. I don't know if the numbers are enough though. I don't think they have enough to deal with the enemy's draft. The damage from Foxy looks insane. A mixture of pure physical and magical damage with percentage on top of it. I'm very worried. I guess they have an egg hitter in the Lifestealer. That's nice, but that's about it. It's like a 90% chance for Foxy, in my opinion.
Oh, that's really a lot. If that truly is the case, man, are gonna be in for a hell of a game. But they are gonna be sending the Dawnbreaker to the mid lane, so it seems to be the offlane Timbersaw. So they are gonna be swapping their lanes a little bit. I think this might be one of those. No, you can't play mid. I'm gonna play mid now because we can't win when you're playing mid. So maybe there are those kind of conversations there. I do remember when I used to play Dota with friends a lot. We would have those kind of we can't win if you're on the mid lane. So given that we did say this was a stack, maybe it is something that is going on the mass comms. But speaking about communication, Foxy, they're communicating to go into the enemy jungle, but Sleepless with a level 1 Tiny 0 armor, he's gonna be taking a beating. He does have a tree in his hand, will throw it away. Is it gonna be enough to scare the opponents? It seems the answer will be no, but they don't get there in time. So very weird that men were ready for that, for the Tiny to walk in, given that they were just surrounding that rune, and in the end they don't even get the kill, whereas he was just given to them.
And they get 3 bounty runes for their trouble as well. That's a bit of a whoops. We have seen that in previous game, right? When someone walks into the all of men's lineup, everyone sort of points the finger to the other one, be like, "You should be using your spell." Like we saw that with the anti-mage. Jill jumps in. Everyone's like, "Clockwork? Do you hook shot? Do I Reaper Sight? Does he Omni? Does she Omni Slash?" And then in the end, Gil just walked out scot-free for like an insane situation. Well, top lane, at least the YS will be able to farm. Bottom lane, though, it's... I'm worried a little bit about the Rubik, I'm not gonna lie. Rubik looks like he might be in trouble here.
I'm not sure how you approach this lane. If I had a Timbersaw in the offlane playing the Rubik, I wouldn't know exactly what to do. I guess you want to get a lot of pulls off in that lane, but the question is, will that even be allowed? For now, though, at least they're making sure that the camp doesn't get blocked. So that's a first step for sure.
Yep, dude, I just love Phoenix. It's just such a good hero. Always does insane amounts of damage as a support. Scales really well to the late game. The egg is such a win condition. You know, like later on, we talk about like Black Hole, and I guess another spell is like Serpent Wards for Shadow Shaman. You just throw it on towers, you can take it. I feel like egg is the same. You just throw an egg, and everything's about the egg.
Yeah, definitely. The whole fight is focused around it. Can we kill it? Do we run? Do we stay? If we stay and it pops, we're all gonna die. And you know, the enemy team is all about defending it. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Kang in a bit of trouble, but she has so much strength that she just lifts Gil up as well as her horse and throws it away onto the Phoenix. That is just the power of the mind. Everyone just goes to the gym, but you need to train your mind as well. Sleepless though will be punching JNA to the face, and he shows me there or she shows me in a second there, you know, this Warlock, he has been training his mind by Tiny, just a big guy, and smacks the tree into the Warlock. So yeah, definitely, you know, mind is strong until the strong guy really wants to beat you up.
Sleepless might be getting this courier as well. Oh, YS not in time, sent back. Those courier kills mean a lot. Yeah, they don't give you experience, but it's 150 gold for the whole team, which is like the same as an early bounty run.
Not negligible, for sure.
Yeah, no, it's like some people are like, oh, this is good. It's like that's a lot. You can see 1,000 gold lead already for Fox, giving courier kill and first blood going in favor of them.
And every single lane for now, we're seeing Foxy doing well. The Death Prophet struggling in terms of CS, but does make sense. The Lifestealer is very strong, solid amount of damage, very solid animation as well. I kind of feel like YS could be a little bit more aggressive here in the top lane, but maybe she's waiting for the boots first before she actually does start applying a bit more pressure to the Death Prophet.
I don't know about the more aggressive. The problem is that Spirit Siphon, even if you rage when it's on you, the person still gets health, but you don't lose damage. So it feels like, you know, yeah, I could try to be aggressive, but she gets a Spirit Siphon off, I'm not gonna kill her. And it's like Warlock, you know, how aggressive can you be with Warlock's your partner in the lane? JNA, is she gonna be okay? Toss back, needs to be careful. Only level 1 Spirit Siphon, and she's gonna be fine.
Sleepless though, she's not gonna give up just yet. A few more punches there, and the Warlock definitely does not like it, but she does get herself away, and this time around the kill is not going to happen. Still 4 minutes in, 1k gold lead, nothing to laugh at. Kang in a bit of trouble, but gets the lift off. That's a beautiful one. Annalisa will lose her life, but not before she gets the kill of her own, which is very important for the Phoenix because this hero is experience hungry for sure.
She actually had 5 charges on the magic stick, so she could have survived, but it didn't matter. Maybe she wanted to die. But, dude, Kang actually threw her into the tower, which gives you more damage, but also meant that she had no way back. She's like, you know, that's my route closed off. But maybe Kang thought she was dead anyway. It's 1-for-1 trade. Kang would have Rubik and Phoenix both need experience, but Annalisa won that trade for sure. In the mid lane, Dawnbreaker's got some decent farm on her, you know? She's got that 24 CS, looking pretty good, level 5.5, can start joining fights by like the 5-minute mark or so with her ultimate. And that could be a big deal, you know, that global presence right from the start.
I'm looking at Mad though, they're not really applying that much damage to the enemies, and they don't really have good stuns, so I'm not sure how you're gonna set up for the Solar Guardian. That's a bit of an issue, so I'm thinking only Foxy go a little bit more on the aggressive, but I think they're gonna be aware of it. The Lesh will be screaming out, yo, the Dawnbreaker has her ulti, so don't go forward. Kang though, taking some damage. There's the play where you can make with the Starbreaker, try to save the Rubik, but Kang gets a little bit too low for comfort, so we'll have to get herself away just for a second.
Here's an idea. What if Alright, hear me out, hear me out. Max upheaval on Warlock by level 7. Then you can use a Solar Guardian. What?
If you're trying to get reported, sure.
Yeah, right.
But
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the only thing they can actually hold them when you think about it. Lifesteal doesn't have the same slow ability like Open Wounds as before. It's a shard. Maybe if you can get a chakram on a low health person, like there's really, it's only slows. The stuns are not really there, unless Ruby can steal something like a Chaos Ball to reflect it back. But even then, the Chaos Ball is always going to be low level early on.
Dire's
In,
middle tower.
in a little bit of trouble. He's doing a ton of damage. Kang comes over. The Fade Bolt though wouldn't be enough to get the kill, and in the end, Nin will get the top rune. So all of that damage will not turn out too much in the end. Phoenix though in the mid lane going for Kang again. We're gonna be seeing a fight between these two, but Kang turns around to fight. Oh, the Fire Spirit misses, and now this means Holly Lisa will be going down. She loses her life. Kang though burning, and in the end burned.
And I wonder if that was like, should I Solar Guardian to save her, or something's like, now you deserve to die for that. She actually had a one ball charge, so there is a chance they could have saved Kang. But either way, still pretty good. This time the Rubik comes out on top with the help of the Dawnbreaker. At the same time, though, we've seen this before. The gold continuing to go up for the Foxy Gaming. Man, just unable to like be even with them in terms of farming.
Yeah, they can't. They just can't. That is the deal. And the problem I see with Meh is that it's not like they can make plays. That's why I wanted them to go like for heroes that can constantly fight, that have the stuns, like the Tiny.
Oh, that's a good solo.
Jaina in a bit of trouble, but there's the Solar Guardian that comes in to defend her teammates with the nice suntan there on both the Warlock and the Lifestealer. They'll definitely like that. The Death Prophet though won't, but this leaves the Rubik. On the bottom lane, Kang is very much dead. Just one more slap. Goodbye, my friend. Looking towards LV, without the Phantasm, you're never gonna have enough damage. And for now, LV is unkillable, but that might change in the future once rotations start kicking in.
Yep, the moment Leshrac or Death Prophet goes down, I feel like you'll be worried for the Timbersaw. Still a pretty good trade overall, getting the kill on the top lane of Death Prophet and losing just a Rubik. This Rubik is level 3 though. You know, this is an issue we saw in game 1, which is that the supports from Foxy are really, really good at farming. The supports from Meh, not quite the same. You know, like look at this Warlock, he's got 600 gold, the Phoenix is tripling her net worth. And, like, yeah, I would say Warlock needs gold, the shard's really all you need, but it really, that's a hero that really likes gold.
Warlock, she's a PPD fan, so position 6, though that's kind of the but that's kind of the old meta type thing. Now the supports actually are getting quite the same amount of farm between the 5 and the 4. Yeah, and we can see it from the supports of Foxy Gaming.
Yeah, nowadays, like, yeah, the 5 might be a tiny bit poor because you do still have to buy like a lot of the sentries and most of the detection as well, but in general, there's sometimes not that big of a deal. Like, oh, okay, level 3 against the... Oh, that might be dead.
And Nin is coming over. They want LV as well. Kang is looking very much dead. We're gonna be looking at her being burned down. She's very hot, and in the end, she will die. And now, the TP out from the Timbersaw. Very nicely done there. Nin doesn't get the kill. So the rotation from the Lesh really isn't gonna be that successful. The Rubik would have died either way, just from the Phoenix and the CK.
Yeah, I think the same thing. But maybe Leshrac being there sort of discourages the Timbersaw from trying something. There was a Solar Guardian, so you know, there's a couple maybes, ifs, what if, could have. So it's a good thing, I think. Like Leshrac overall, getting that kill just secures them the lane a little bit more, and they're not hurting. You know, like look at this Timbersaw, barely any net worth, barely ahead of Sleepless's Tiny. So we're talking about this Timbersaw being unkillable, but she's actually kind of poor.
I don't know if you come from a rich family or something, but 3,000 gold coins, for me, I think that's a lot of net worth, to be honest now, especially with the gold rising in prices. So, you know, I'm not sure what you're going on there. But yeah, compared to the other guys, you know, the Timbersaw definitely not looking the greatest, and the cores of Foxy are looking very, very powerful. With just 5 kills, they have 4k gold lead to their name. Meh. Definitely trying to apply some pressure, but we'll see if Foxy even wants to respond to this. So they'll be like, yeah, take that one. You can have it. We'll fight you later on.
By the way, thank you for wealth shaming me? Is that a thing? Can you wealth shame someone? I feel wealth shamed. Either way, though, Honey Lisa went for the 2 points of Sunray on the Phoenix rather than the maxing out the Fire Spirits. That makes you farm a bit slower, but the Sunray damage level 1 is kind of garbage. Level 2 is a lot better. It is percentage, which you want to have. You want to have that against the Timber Saw to bring him down. Top lane, though, everyone's coming up here. Cat Chaser, have you been here too long, my friend? Oh no, too late on the rage, and Cat Chaser makes it out. Looks like she'll make it out just fine.
Cat Chaser is gonna be okay. LV coming with the chase, but the Timber Saw, I don't really think he wants to be in the top lane. You would want to stay in the bottom lane, farm a little bit. Now when the tower is down, not gonna be happening, and both of the cores on the side of Meh, the side lane cores, are now gonna be stranded in the top lane. You have the Solar Guardian, so they might make a party on the top lane. That is something I would like to see.
Yeah, we haven't seen. We've only seen what, one Solar Guardian so far. I didn't stun anyone, but still got killed. Cat Chaser might need to be a bit more active here. And Foxy doesn't feel like there's much pressure on them. To be fair, they are the team with a good tower push. You know, Leshrac as well as Death Prophet. But man, you know, the map's starting to shrink. 2 towers already gone for their side. Oh, sorry, it's 1 tower already gone for their side.
You know, Lack could give her girl some nice stan, you know, and she's not doing it. She only helped the Warlock and the Lifestealer a bit, and that is not really a friendly thing to do for sure. Foxy, though, they are trying to apply pressure in the mid lane, have 4 points in Dalbog, though Sleepless. Can they do much to the Tiny? She's trying to run away, being lifted up. That's a really dead Tiny with the Chakram. They'll get the kill. Actually, it's gonna be Lev with the right click that actually secures it, but a much bigger grab with the mid lane tower going down will be going the way of Foxy. I feel like every single move from Matt is being responded by a better one from the side of Foxy Gaming.
Exactly, right? It's like, yeah, you lose the Tiny, which is, you know, the most farm support. That's pretty good for me, but at the same time, losing that tower, that's a lot of map control. That's a lot of like vision in the mid area. There's a lot of safety that you can't use. YS is doing a smart thing. She's farming on the enemy side, which I like. I feel like it's a really good adjustment by her, because we do see that Foxy really good at warding the enemy side, really good at taking control of their forest. So YS is a good adjustment, but you need a little bit more than that.
Well, for now, you know, if you're weak, you can take it out at the smaller guys. The creeps are gonna be on the receiving end of that. The Lifestealer eating them for now. Obviously, you would like to get a juicy grab to eat the Death Prophet, CK, even the Lesh, but for now, you just can't do it. So at least smoking towards the top lane. Honey Lisa just uses the Icarus dive away and burns everything in her wake. Let's see if that's gonna be enough to survive. Honey Lisa does have the egg. Might need to use it right now. LV, okay, she really didn't like that tree, so she just destroyed it because it didn't really move an inch with the Timber Chain. And Elisa hiding in the trees, not even close to catching her. Timber Saw enjoying and destroying all of these trees, but Phoenix, the bird would help you with that. Okay, Lisa miscalculates a little bit, the damage was insane, but here comes the revenge. Actually, Solar Guardian, there she is, and now the cores might actually be going down. Nice Golem, he's gonna be stunning both of them. Gil in a little bit of trouble. She hasn't died for the entirety of the previous game, actually died once, and now that is gonna happen the first 14 minutes of it. The smoke from Meh is gonna be quite great, but so it's gonna be the split earth. The earth splits because she's so mad and her friends are dying, and now the exorcism is out. Get out, my pretties, get out. The sisters are there, and another stun will stop the TP. Cat Chaser going forward though, and that's not a smart move because she's taking a lot of damage. She is actually bound to Nin, and Nin is going forward. Come on, don't take too much damage. No, I don't care, I just want kills, and Sleepless comes over with the avalanche. That's gonna be another one. In the end, Foxy, they redeemed themselves in that fight, but I want to say, man, we were talking about their moves being red and not really doing that much. This one was perfect for them.
It was, but they overextended at the end. Like, they got these 2 kills and they felt like they could go for more. Another thing is that Kang stole the Sunray, but she never used it the whole fight. She just wanted to steal something else, which, you know, that's a good percentage damage Sunray you could have taken. Level 3 from the Phoenix. I'm surprised that the Rubik did not want to use it at all. So even though it started off as 2-kill advantage for Meh, it ended up being even. And you really don't want an even trade. Oh, actually, slightly more for Meh, but it's a 2-for-2 in the end. And I don't think that's a win at all.
Gold for my master.
Lifestealer was farming during that time, but Wyas just hasn't found her impact in this game just yet. The Lifestealer needs a little bit more in items before the hero is actually online. So Automo, when are we gonna see Wyas coming into these fights? When are we gonna see her help her team? Because they most definitely need her.
It's either she's gonna have to join now or after the death. So either way, you can't wait too long. You know, like you. The thing is, they don't know that they're behind. They might be thinking we're in a good spot, but they gotta be feeling like the fights aren't going perfectly well for them. Either way, you want to go in. She with like let me with level like 13 when you have max rage and level 2 infest the with the death. So like that's around the time you want it. Not too long. You can't wait too long. Death so is the max timing. And maybe until then it's like level 13. Just max rage, level 2 infest. That's good enough for her. I think that'll be good enough, but we'll see what she thinks.
Meadow playing a big part of this map. They're allowing the mid lane to be pushed in, but that's kind of screaming now trouble for Foxy Gaming, who get themselves into the triangle and separate themselves around the map as well, just trying to maximize the farm. And Meh going for a smokes. We know that they're not shy to use them. They want to fight. TP top from the Death Prophet. You might get surrounded here. Meh going into the enemy triangle super early on. Might be dangerous. The CK illusion. Yeah, they know the smoke isn't gonna break, so they'll be aware that that's an illusion. But it seems like Automo, this smoke is gonna be for nothing.
Yeah, they just didn't seem like they were too committed to it. By the way, the bottom lane Lifestealer just pushing out the lane as much as she can because there is no magic piercing ability on Foxy Gaming side. Yeah, the egg technically, but you know, it takes 6 seconds. You can rage and TP away, no problem against that. And if she eggs in front of you, you can just kill her. So I love what YS is doing, just playing very aggressive on the enemy side of the map. But in the meantime, though, Fox are like, oh, you want to push? Well, I guess we'll just do the same. Nice script swarm being stolen. Look at that. Removing the creeps just like that.
Yeah, but you know, you might remove the creeps. The Diabolic Edict is still gonna do damage to your tower. And then Bit of Trouble uses the Bloodstone, but it doesn't mean that you're gonna survive. But the chakra damage is gonna be enough. Now there's gonna be the exorcism being used, but YS makes her presence known. Gonna have the slows there. Here comes the Solar Guardian. The Golem drops as well. They want to do the damage. Will be successful doing so within fast. They'll get the damage. Gildo turns around. This Lifestealer looking very much that beautiful avalanche toss as well. And Gil is going forward, but can he really fight? This Dawnbreaker is very powerful, but so is the Sunray. And there is the egg. You're just a mere Solar Guardian. I am the sun itself. No one cares. They crush the egg. They destroy it with a big hammer. And Sleepless, where do you think you're going? Gil,
this might be a team wipe.
Outlive. No, the Yules is gonna stop, and Gil in a bit of trouble. She turns around, team wipe. But for who? Call an ambulance, not for Gil, because she's way too strong. You should have focused on this one. The Celestial Hammer is gonna be enough damage. No, it won't, but the Starbreaker will buy back from the Tiny, will do absolutely nothing. Sleepless wants to come back into that fight, wants to come back into to save her carry.
Did you find the
gonna be
Dawnbreaker?
way too late.
Sleepless?
Maybe.
Sleepless? Oh, the smoke breaks and looks like she won't be able to find anyone. This is now it's like way too telegraphed. Like, okay, I see it coming because she wanted to get the Dawnbreaker. Very unfortunate for Sleepless, and that cut the net worth advantage by so much. Foxy Gaming, they were about 7k behind. They lose everyone and get a buyback. Still, Gil almost managed to take that 2 versus 1 at the end. A couple of crits and she would have actually won that fight.
Yeah, it was the greed from Le that actually put them in that kind of a position. In the end, it does pay off, but it did look dangerous. You know, if you had a little bit more luck with the Chaos Strikes, Le dies, I'm not sure if LB would have what was necessary to finish off the CK.
Yeah, I mean, like 70% lifesteal. That's absolutely massive. And now Sleepless, she's just going to have to blink to safety. I think that trying to chase this is just going to be risky. But who knows? Maybe she has a spider sense because they used the scan on the Radiant. They did not hit left with the scan, so it's a big gamble for Sleepless. We'll see what she wants to do with that. The egg did get popped, which I was a little surprised by. It looks like she was gonna be a couple of ticks away. She would have been able to explode, and that would have been a big win for them.
For sure, I think. Didn't have the fire spirits.
Yeah.
I think used them early on in the fight, then went with the Sunray, and then once the egg was there, there were no fire spirits, and that was a really clear idea for Matt to go in for the egg. Very nicely done. They committed onto it. If they had started running away, the CK probably wouldn't have allowed them to leave.
In the meantime, though, this Dawnbreaker core. I like core Dawnbreaker. It's working out pretty well for them. It still feels like late game though. Fox game will have the advantage. Egg versus Golem. Do you think which one of which position 5 would you rather have in the late game, Phoenix or Warlock?
I think this game in particular, Phoenix, just because there's not many things to combo with the Fatal Bonds.
Yeah,
Those are the things, because you know, when you look at man, not the greatest egg hitters, and when you look at man, not the greatest with the Fatal Bonds. But I think it definitely depends on the lineups and how the game is progressing. Both of the heroes can be very, very formidable in team fights.
for sure. Yeah, I guess I would. I kind of favor I favor the Phoenix more anyway. But this game, you said there's not much egg hitters. The lifesteal is a big problem though. And Dawnbreaker, once she gets the BKB, her attack speed is not too terrible. So you do have some measure of dealing with the egg. But you're right. It's not like the Lina or the Miran or the Snapfire or even the Juggernaut, who are just these massive high attack speed heroes. Overall, though, this is a pretty even game here, and that's pretty good for me. You know, game 1, a bit more stompy. Game 2, they fight back.
Yeah, they do, and especially with the really bad start, you could say there was a 7k goal lead for Foxy Gaming. That one fight changed quite a lot of it. Man, really forcing the issue on the top lane, forcing it, and in the end, it is going to pay off. We're going to be enjoying a pause, enjoying the scenery
enjoying
a
the
little
items.
bit. So
yeah.
Yep.
So it looks like Dawnbreaker is going to go for the Desolator. That's actually not bad, because you look at the armor from the other side. Death Prophet, not much. Lesharak, not much. Tiny, well known for no armor. Phoenix, literally an egg. Like that's no armor. It's just the Chaos Knight, who has a decent amount of armor, especially once she builds a few items. But this Deso for Dawnbreaker, I usually don't love it, but in a game like this against multiple low armor heroes, feels really good.
You don't love it because it crushes you in pubs, right?
No, it's because every time I tell people go BKB, they say, no, I want Deso. Oh dear, Sleepless.
It's under attack.
Is that gonna be a dieback? Let's see. The golem does expire there. That's just how strong the Tiny is. You hit him once and you're this Warlock golem and you just die. She does manage to get herself out, so it's not gonna be a dieback, but still, next time Sleepless dies, she's gonna be on the sidelines for at least a minute.
Shard's going to be up for Dawnbreaker soon as well. That's going to be helpful for her just to, you know, that extra mobility as well as the magic community, both very useful. In the meantime, though, we are now at an even game. You know, it's 10 to 11, 3k advantage for Foxy. That's not important. Still, late game, it does favor Foxy just because of that massive tower push that they have, you know. You win a fight on Foxy, you take buildings. You win a fight on Meh, you look at the buildings. So, just not the same thing.
I don't know what's with my co-caster and his taking 3,000 gold coins lightly. Like earlier, net worth of the Timbersaw 3k, like poor guy. Now 3,000 gold lead. That doesn't matter. It's negligible, you know.
It's compared to the 7,000 that Foxy had and they still lost. Yeah, 3,000 seems pretty negligible to that.
Okay. The life of billionaires, I guess. Anyways, yeah, that is wealth shaming you, yeah, for sure. Just kidding, of course. Anyways, Meh, you know, still in this game. YS going for a Maelstrom. Gonna be going into a Halberd as well. That's gonna make her pretty tanky for now. After that pause, it's seeing slow down. Do you think after the pauses, players kind of just enjoy having everything passive?
Yes. That seems to be almost every time I've watched the game that it seems like, you know, the pause comes and then people are like, oh, what were we doing? What was actually happening? Like they take a minute or two to get back into the groove of the game. Unless it's right in the middle of a team fight, which they weren't, you know. Plus Foxy were like, guys, we just lost a big fight. I mean, Lisa, oh, that lands. Is she gonna egg? That's gonna be risky if she does. Looks like Lisa's just gonna let herself die or not. Fancy feet, or I don't know, whatever the birds have for feet, but not enough to stay alive.
Yeah, Happy Feet is a penguin. It's pretty much a you know, a frost bird, not a hot one, not a flaming one. So yeah, I guess we can't really go with the Happy Feet. We're gonna have to find another way to call that one. But in the end, the Phoenix does die. Very nice choice there, not to use the egg. Really, no health was in the vicinity, and I really like what Meh are doing here. just keeping control of the top part of the map, and they smoke again, so they're gonna try to find something a bit bigger once more.
They might have smoked under vision though. Sleepless. Ah, that's a smoke broken for kind of nothing, but she might. Oh, LV misses the chain, and I don't think that I think their chances of getting Sleepless are over now. By the way, I love the adjustment they made. Lifestealer was going to go for Deso. She switched around, like you said, for the Heaven's Halberd, for the Maelstrom. And I like that because they already have a Deso on the Dawnbreaker and she can apply it to everyone very easily. So it's a really, really good way of playing the hero. Like playing the item build synergizing between the players.
Yeah, for sure. Man, improving. This is the one of the points of these tournaments, for these girls to have a platform to improve, to get even better. They have some mad skills, but you can always get even better than that. So, you know, we are seeing that they're controlling the map, understanding what to do. Their item choices are really solid.
I love it.
They are putting up a fight against Foxy.
I love that we saw Leh just go for a creep cap, and I was like, well, isn't she gonna Starbreaker it? I guess not. Yeah, I need to be careful here. But ooh, the Power Rangers, everybody teleporting in.
Yeah, though Gil might have to get away from this one. Does have a BKB, so they're the ones trying to force out the fight. And then a little bit of trouble, still has that Bloodstone to use, but they destroy Lev with the damage of the Phantasm. The Golem a little bit too late. Yes, we did want the 100 gold. Thank you for that one. Sleepless though looking very much that he's not going to be able to blink out. And that's the 1 minute death timer that she's going to have to be dealing with, but the Lifestealer wants to fight. They know they don't have Le, but she's going to be there in 30 seconds with the Solar Guardian. Can't join, doesn't have the buyback though. The silence onto the Timber Saw has to be very careful. The stun will connect. The Lifestealer is inside of her, and it still comes out. But now YS has to run away with Rage. She is very fast, but JNA will not be as lucky. She doesn't have that much of speed in her, and that means the 3 heroes on the side of Meh will die. Foxy Gaming forces out the enemies to come in with TPs, and they still get a really good fight going their way.
Losing just the Tiny and getting 2 cores along with the position 5-4 lock. Big fight for Foxy, and a little bit forced from Meh, you know, trying to go for those kills. They didn't have vision in the area as well, but they felt like, we just took a big fight, we can take another one. I don't really like it when the Dawnbreaker jumps in first because it makes her ultimate unusable. You generally want someone else to start the fight for you. So I would have preferred if they let the Timber Saw start it, but in the end, they lose a tier 1, they lose 3 people. Not the end of the world though.
Not the end of the world. It's a 6k gold lead, 24 minutes in. Not insurmountable. Significant, but not insurmountable. YS, she did survive. Seems like she'll be going for a Scotty first. I really like this because the Scotty against the Lesh, against the Death Prophet will definitely be beneficial, but we'll talk about it later because there's the smoke. Le in a bit of trouble yet again. She would love to use the Starbreaker. She would love to get away from this, but she's gonna be smacked by the CK yet again. So many CKs surrounding her. She doesn't even know what to do, but the only thing she can for now is die and rest for 45 seconds.
And what was a very good Dawnbreaker game, 3 or 4 pickups in a row, pickoffs in a row, and suddenly not looking so good. She was the one who won that fight against Foxy, the rumble in the jungle. But in the end, she's in a pretty bad spot here, pretty far from her BKB as well. That Deso, I like it, but if you get this and then you start dying a lot, it looks really weak in that situation. And
yeah, for sure.
Roshan being pinged out here by Foxy Gaming, that would really put the game firmly in their hands if they can get it. They also have the tier 2 as well as the outpost, so game is map control shifting strong in Foxy's favor. That pause, that was a bad pause for me.
Definitely was, you know, tactical from Foxy Gaming.
Matt
was the one that paused actually, so they need to be rethinking their life choices. But the scan comes out towards the Roche Pit. They know that this is happening. The exorcism not being used. Greed isn't always good. Let's see how it's gonna end up this time around. Man, they use the smoke. Will they be there in time? Solar Guardian is at the ready. Slack can't join the fight anytime. Sleepless, like crazy smoke, very nicely done, but it's gonna be ending up in her going down. Cat Chaser getting out of the pit. Think about fighting. The Roche is low, but they're gonna be going in. There's the Chakram. They know. The Aegis does drop jump down. There's the goal a little bit too late, but the egg outside of the pit, you can't fight this any longer because the egg will pop and you are gonna lose the fight. Actually, the upheaval is gonna be quite good. They still didn't use the BKB and the CK. Gil uses it now. I don't care about your upheaval. Your demons from hell cannot fight me. They're gonna try to dive in, not gonna be happening. No one can slow down, but they have to pull back. Come back to us, JNA. Where do you think you're going now? Your demons wanted to touch us, and now we're gonna touch you. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna be a lot of pain going their way. Man, they lose the Roche. They lose 3 heroes as well, and the only thing they got was the Tiny that died before the fight even happened. Gil trying to go for YS. She does have a sentry there, so knows what's going on, and with Rage TP out will be successful for now, but it is still the Lifestealer only running away and not doing anything much for her team.
I love how he said they're gonna touch the Warlock as they're literally burying her in the ground, you know. Yeah, definitely did not enjoy that. That's a bit of a rough, what we call a rough touch, you know, rougher than you'd like it to be. In the meantime, yes, the zone fighting from Foxy is amazing. You pop an egg, you turn on the Pulse Nova, you have Exorcism. Meh, yeah, they got the Solar Guardian, the Golem, which is nice, but you know, the Fatal Bonds aren't going to do much when you're up against like multiple BKBs on the enemy side. They have, what, 2 BKBs? Now the egg, you can also egg just to remove the BKB. The heal is pretty impressive. And it just comes down to the fact that there's more levels and more items on Fox Gaming. Mass zone fighting is not bad. It just doesn't compare.
Yeah, it is very tough. So meh. Now 11k gold behind. LV let's get out to the base. He uses the chakram, cannot ward that ward. Now under it, gonna get tossed back. The avalanche connects as well. Sleepless, a bit of trouble again. But does have the force staff to get herself away. YS though will be chasing till the ends of the earth, but she'll be losing the range. That might put her in a very unfortunate position. The heals are gonna be insane. They have the holy locket as well. Stay with Solar Guardian. Will try to save the light, so will be successful. She does get herself out, but the egg is there. It will burn everyone. The sun ray. Look at it. Can anyone get close to that laser? No, because their eyes will get destroyed. Now Kang gets the lift up. The still Sleepless is in with the force staff in as well. They destroy Kang too. And JNA, do you think you're going back to the base? Well, that's not gonna be happening. They pull him in, and we don't even want to watch that because we want a family-friendly stream. Actually, the CK doesn't get the kill. Okay, she will in the end. Oh no, JNA gets into the base. Gil gonna be losing the Aegis, but the upheaval gets stopped. I'm not sure why JNA did that. She definitely could have been annoying to kill there. Oh, did the Bite Dust to actually get that invis out. They break the Lifestealer, still just left her doing enough damage, but not enough because the attack speed isn't there. The fight is never ending, but with the Raxus gone, Foxy, they have no reason to stay in this base, and Timbersaw, he has cleared out so many trees that he doesn't have one to chain to. That means that Foxy will get out scot-free while getting the Raxus as well.
I love how every time the fight happens, Sleepless throws the Avalanche at the right spot. Just now she stopped the Timbersaw. In the top lane, they tried to kill the Cat Chaser. She was able to get the stun off on the Lifestealer before she can slow her. Like, Sleepless on this time is making massive plays in this game. At the end, though, it's like, how are you gonna kill Gil? Yes, she kind of threw away the Aegis just now, but she got a Rex, and she's very happy to do that for her team.
2 lives, you know, you don't really need them. Here, have 1 so that you at least think you have a chance. YS getting out with a TP, but boy, was she close to getting stunned. And speak about getting close to getting stunned, Le is looking very much dead. They get the Chaos Bolt on her, and that split earth there is just to open up the ground so they can bury the Dawnbreaker.
Poor Dawnbreaker, man. She gets the disc, so I think she's got, like, what, 4 damage on it? She's got 2 damage on it only. Oh my god. Like, this is the issue. It's great if the Deso looks great if you can get and get kills. Then you're like, oh my god, look at how strong she is. But the fact that she got, now she can't do anything with it. She's just dying. This is why I said BKB would have been better. Well, not better, but, you know, a very good option in this game.
They're playing to win. They're not gonna be cowards. They want to win this one. It's not really working out too well for them, and JNA will just burn down the damage. Oh, the Rubik with the lift. He saved JNA. No, he doesn't. Just makes herself, her presence known. And YS standing at the ground and fighting, but she is feared. She is afraid for a good reason, because you're surrounded by so many heroes. Help is coming. What help? Is this the help that you were waiting for? Well, you should really get better friends. Gil is godlike, and Cat Chaser on a killing killing spree. Meh, they lost through 3 heroes. Actually, that was 4 with the buyback on the Warlock, and they're probably gonna lose more in terms of base damage as well.
Exorcism is up, so she's just gonna be able. They could probably just mega creeps this. Honestly, they got a minute left until 2 of the cores are coming out from mid. They have Exorcism up. We'll see if they want to go all the way or if they just be like, alright, we'll just gonna get bottom. We have seen. Whoa, that's a golem. Okay, that happened. That was a.
Here, have 150 gold.
Well,
she just throws gold.
In
at
my
the enemies.
family,
Maybe
that's nothing. You know, that's a pocket change.
Maybe she tried to bribe them. 150 gold when we're 24k ahead. That is just pennies for us, pretty much like Automo, as you mentioned. And Ningen goes in. Gonna be stolen Pulse Nova. Let's see if the Rubik can do something. But to be honest, if he gets even close to try to use it, she will die in mere seconds. Ningen, she says, this is my home now. I'm gonna let you live with it for a few seconds, but you're gonna get evicted very, very soon.
No items coming out for Matt. Like, there's no items that can come. Like, nothing is close to them. NetLife's just finished the Skadi. Timbersaw's trying to build a BKB, but she's got about like 1,000 gold away from it. Dawnbreaker wants a BKB. She's 2,000 gold away from it. Nothing. Warlock finished the shot, but she's got nothing else. And Rubik's got nothing. She's just 4 step and 8. I mean, she's got 4 step and 8, but nothing coming in the shop. So it's like you're trying to, what's the ray of hope for Matt? It's difficult. It's hard to see. Foxy probably can just wait for their ultimates to go top, and there's very little Mech can do about it. Maybe they can pick off someone before the fight begins. That would be an opening, but they're very scared on Mech's side right now.
Ray of hope. I'm not sure that they've had a lot of that one, but they were burned by the sun ray quite a lot, so at least some rays are going their way. Gildo ready to go up the hill, and now here comes Sleepless. He does have the 4 staff and the Ghost Scepter to keep herself alive. Not gonna be going down, and now the heals from Honey Lisa. Not gonna allow Sleepless to die. LV leaves her base. To be honest, that's a very ballsy move, and immediately pushed back to Meh. Smokes. Does this mean they're coming for a fight? Come on, Meh. Show some teeth to your enemies. Don't allow them to just invade your base that way. But it seems like the smoke will be used for them to hide in their own base.
No, not hide. It's ambush. They're drawing them into the trap. You see, this is why we don't play competitive. Man, they've got a plan. All right, they've got a plan. They're gonna let Foxy. They're gonna lure them all the way. Maybe not the racks. Maybe the tier 4. Maybe the fountain. That's when they're gonna take the fight. But in all honesty, a Rubik lift could be something like that. Is that how you're gonna get the fight started? There's the XO, and we're gonna see a lot of damage go to that tower right now.
The fight will get started, but it's gonna be the Exorcism used to toss back onto the Rubik. Come on, use your little lift. This is how you lift someone, by tossing him into death. And the Sunray comes over, Gil. Might be in some trouble. Bit upheaval. It's gonna be doing quite a lot. Now, the Starbreaker doing a ton of damage. They get in a bit of trouble. And yes, they were baiting the enemies. Come for us. Come and fight. But with the egg popping, this Phoenix wants to do a lot of damage. Not gonna be able to do so. They've lost their mid laner. They did force out one buyback. The Life Stealer is in the Timbersaw. Sleepless, hiding in the trees. That's a big mountain that you're not gonna be able to see. They might need to visit the eye doctor, because that's a really big guy that you just missed.
He's hiding behind the tree. How are you gonna see him? Good overall.
The mountain.
Yeah, but he's hiding behind. I mean, fine. Either way, though, it's a not bad fight for Meh overall. They got a kill on the Leshrac, but they didn't have to buy back on the Rubik, and that. What happened was kind of what I thought. They would be able to lift someone in, but Rubik lost his life immediately after. They hold. For Meh, this is sort of the best case scenario. As long as you're not getting Megad, it's as good as it's gonna get. So we'll see what they're gonna go with here. Roshan is gonna be up in a minute for Foxy Gaming. They could wait for that. They do realize, oh, if we just go willy-nilly, we might actually lose people.
For now, though, as you mentioned, Meh are still in this game, and they can't hope for much more. But without the Golem, will you be able to fight the Roche? You know, They know Roche is something that's gonna be a target for Foxy Gaming, and if Mac can't leave the base, they're gonna be having to deal with the Aegis and also an extra Aghanim shard. Who do you think the Ag shard goes to if Foxy Gaming do go for Roche, though?
Let's see. They already have. They have it on the Phoenix. They have it on the Death Prophet. So I think Leshrac, right? Leshrac is the split Earth. The multiple split Earth is really nice to have. It creates it makes the fighting around your base even harder. So I think I prefer it on Leshrac over everyone else.
That actually is a good point. The CK one is pretty solid, but the Lesh is quite nice just to make sure that the enemies can't fight in that area.
Yeah.
Especially once the Lifestealer loses his rage, there's nothing he can do. He can't even come close to you.
Dawnbreaker finished the BKB, by the way. I think she had to sell her bottle just to get it, but either way, she has the BKB. This is something that she's been needing for many fights now. It's 28,000 gold lead. This would be a massive comeback for Meh if they can make it. Roshan is up though, and Meh, this is, I'm not gonna say do or die, but this is an opening if you want to go for it. It's a risky one though.
Oh, Foxy Gaming, they're not going to be risking anything here. They use the Exorcism knowing we can have that one back if we need it, but also with Roche falling down so low, we might even be able to get to the enemy base with the Exorcism still going. Look at those witches just surrounding the main one, and no one on the side of Meh has the guts to go for it. Look at them, they're even trying to kill the outpost. Not going to be happening though.
CK took the shard. Alright, it's just as good. I mean, not as good honestly, but it's still fine. Like a good option for them. Much better than giving it to the Tiny. You know, it was either Tiny, CK, or Lesh. I would have preferred Lesh, but Chaos Knight is also a solid option for sure.
We need to criticize them a little bit because, you know, we have been pretty much praising Foxy Gaming given that they have been winning. That's a really bad move from Foxy Gaming. I think that's a mistake that can cost them the game for sure. With a 30k gold lead, if you don't have the Split Earth shard on the Lesh, you could very easily lose this game.
You know, you say that, but I mean that ironically, there is a chance that, I mean, there's always a chance that Mech can take it. Let's look at the win percentage. It's 1%. That's there.
It's a chance.
It's a chance. It's not zero. This tower is gonna have a zero chance of living, though.
Smoke from Meadow. They're gonna be fighting. Gonna be going in from the side. And let's see how much can they do. The Timber Saw is infested. Here comes the Solar Guardian. But it's only gonna be onto the illusions. Now the Golem drops. Rubik has already lost his life. And the supports are dead. Where are your supports? The cores. They just need the supports to be there. And the egg will pop. No one can stop it. Everyone gets stunned. And now all of you die. With that, Foxy Gaming will be going to the Elite Tournament. And Mad just weren't good enough yesterday to fight them. And in one day, they didn't get better at all. Foxy Gaming looking really solid, and they'll be fighting against the 3 other stronger female teams in the Elite Tournament. The Lifestealer disconnects. The pause is there, but it seems like Meh are not too happy with the outcome of this best of 3 series.
Yep, it goes all the way for Foxy Gaming. Looks very strong. Like, it did not even look close at any point in the game, really. Meh, like in game 1, you know, there were a couple of decent fights. There was a team wipe for them at one point, so it wasn't like absolutely bad. But Foxy Gaming, they are tier above, as we've said. They have better laning phase. They out-farm them. They always out-farm. They always get more gold around the map. Love the support pickups as well. Honey Lisa's always getting the farm she needs in. Whereas you look at JNA, you're looking at Canning, they're just not able to keep up. Like, look at the Phoenix has more net worth than the other 2 supports do combined, basically. Like, that is how farmed the Phoenix is. Overall, it was an amazing performance by Foxy Gaming, and they earned their right. They are one of the 4 teams making it all the way to the Elite, where they'll compete for their chunk of the 5,000 Singaporean dollars.
And they also won 500 Singaporean
today,
dollars right now. Yeah, with the 250 going to Mass. So that's not negligible,
of course.
To be honest. So very nice. It's always nice to get a little bit of recognition for their troubles. You know, Yahoo and Intel are sponsors, making sure that these gals aren't really playing for nothing.
Yeah, and all the teams will have a month to prepare for the Elite because it comes, I believe, in the beginning of September. So it's a month from now. We'll see if Foxy Gaming will be able to go up. They're going to go up against Roar, OO, as well as Red Horse, I believe. I'm pretty sure I got the names right. But yeah, those teams were ones who made it through the first 3 tours. and they were even better. Like we saw yesterday, we saw today. Like, oh, this team is playing really good. The other teams, the other three that already compete, are even better. I'll be excited to see if Foxy Gaming can actually compete with them at the elite.
So you watched those teams that got through to the elite before the wildcard tournament that we just finished casting.
Yeah.
Foxy Gaming, you watched them today. You think that the other three are better? Do you think in a month Foxy Gaming can prepare enough so that they have a chance against the other three?
For sure. I mean, they always have a chance. Like, they came in, I think, like second in the first tournament. You know, they just then dropped out to the third and the second. Sorry, in the first tournament, yeah, they dropped in second and third. So they have a chance to make it for sure. They just haven't been very consistent in actually joining the tournament to get the points. So if they had joined, maybe they would have got enough points. Either way, they look pretty hot in this one. They looked pretty good. I imagine that there's a little bit of a gap, but by the time the elite rolls up a month from now, who knows? We might have a new patch that suits them more. They might have been just grinding like crazy. It's all about the teamwork, and they looked really good. I look forward to seeing them at the elite.
Yeah, for sure they did. I still have to praise Meh. They look more like a stack. Foxy Gaming looks more like a team, but you are holding your own, at least giving an entertaining game to the viewers. So I'm hoping these girls continue playing, maybe not together, maybe some things swap out between some of the other teams. That would also be fun to see. We see that there are roster changes from time to time in these teams anyways. So I would like to see more of them, hopefully in a little bit of a closer game in the future, but they did not get completely stomped. 2 40-minute games in the grand finals. It wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't. Like, they had, like we said, they had a couple of good fights. It just might come down to maybe a bit of comfort. Like we saw Necrophos in game 1 did feel very comfortable. Like the draft synergy is just a little bit lacking. Like, it's a small thing. Dota is one of those games where when one team is a little bit better, they look a lot better, even though they're just a little bit better. So I imagine it's the same situation here. A few more, couple of more tournament appearances, we might see man make it to the next elite for all we know. But that is all for today. That's all from me and Harry Freak, as well as the crew. I want to thank all the people who tuned in and watched. It was a great to cast this tournament. We also want to thank all the teams for joining in. Yesterday we saw Run Down with a great draft. We saw Meh come back from lower bracket. We saw Foxy Gaming just go all the way in. So all the teams, they played their hearts out, and we want to applaud them for it. And yeah, we just want to call it a day. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great weekend. We'll see you guys hopefully in September for the next Elite. I'm Atomo. This is Harry Freak. On behalf of production, thank you all.